What's going on, everyone? It is David Palmer, Leo King, and Craig Skidmore here for Deep Love Tarot, your weekly tarot love report for the week of March 15th through the 21st of 2021. We are here on highvibe.tv, the spiritual network that is disrupting it all. You can, of course, get us on highvibe.tv or our apps down below. The Apple TV app is my favorite, of course, or you can get it on your Android, or you can get it on your iPhone, or you can get it on your Roku TV. We're all over the place. But, of course, this show is just one of many shows. We do about 70 videos a week out of these studios and all the other people around the world that are doing these shows. So check out highvibe.tv, be a member, and get exclusive access to all my daily video horoscopes. And I'm coming up on 9 years, bro. 9 years. Every day. How you doing, Craig?
I am doing
Trying to find a good excuse to fucking get in the chat.
Up in that chat. Up in that chat. There we go. Ready to roll. Hello, everybody. Welcome to another exciting rendition of Deep Love Tarot, your weekly romance here, brought to you by High Vibe TV, brought to you by the Leo King. Folks, we're in this together, baby. We're in this together, but we need you. We need you. We need love, I think, also.
I think we need a lot more love than fucking Joe Biden telling us we need a fucking shot in the arm. Sorry to say it. I'm fucking saying it. And you know what? Nobody's saying, like, what about people that don't want it in their arm?
Love.
Did I just, like, already just get into it deep?
Yeah. In the arm, in the leg, in the neck, in the throat. Right in the throat. Folks, right in the throat.
You know, I just had somebody in my Instagram right when we were posting our shit up. I was like, wow. So I put up today on my Instagram, besides our amazing video that promoted this with Grandpa, I put security without liberty is called prison. Benjamin Franklin. There's many other I could put up. And everybody agreed. It was on point and all this shit. And this one woman was just like, I can't even find it, but basically she was just like, you need to get politics out of your astrology. And I was like, I guess Saturn and Jupiter and Aquarius has nothing to do with liberty or freedom. And I guess Pluto at 26 Capricorn, which was 1775, the year before the Declaration of Independence, and all the talks about the, being free and liberty weren't happening at the same time. Like, I just, even Benjamin Franklin said that every 200 years that a nation would have to go through a reset with dealing with tyrannical energies. It was a tyrannical speech. I'm just going to say it. And, subconsciously, I want to ask you this, Craig. When was the last time you saw an image of an old man saying, you must do this,
Me.
or I need you? What was the last time? Pop quiz, motherfucker.
An old man telling them that they need something?
It was a cartoon picture that was all around America in a decade.
Bush?
Uncle Sam in 1904.
That is, hey.
Come on, you're on the Taurus right there. Fucking boom.
That is true. That is true. History repeats itself.
We're in
But
your Taurus right now.
It is from a non, well, I mean, I guess that was political as well, but that also was sparking the national interest, so to speak. But is this a national interest? I don't know. I don't think so. Not
That's
up in
what
here.
I'm saying. It's like it all came in the middle of all this Sun Neptune shit. It was a dark moon when he did it.
The darkest of all.
Anyway, let's find out about love. How's your love life going, bro? You feeling the energy of all this Pisces and Venus and Sun and Neptune, and then going into Aries this week? Woo! It's astrological New Year.
Well,
March 20th.
yeah. Well, after listening to the horoscopes that are now up on High Vibe, I'm either A, fucked, or I'm thriving. So we're about to find out throughout this week goes on, because right now it's just little old me in the corner all by my lonesome.
Yeah, you are in a lonely corner over there.
I'm in a lonely corner over here.
I'm just being a Leo and like trying to see if, like, through the camera, if I'm thinking about, because everybody, if they don't, nobody might know this, but Craig's sister has been my hairdresser now for almost, I think it's 3 years. 3 years now.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking about
Ever
going
since
back to the
post
Mohawk. Thinking about the Mohawk again. Had the talk with her today.
Well, Tis
What
your
I would like to know before we go into the show. People, put it on
tis
there.
your
You
life.
Want
Tis
the Leo
your
King
hair.
Mohawk back or
your life, your hair.
huh?
Your life, your hair.
I know. I'm feeling the Mohawk. Feeling it. Well, if you never watched the show before, we are going to go into the collective where the astrology's at, but a collective tarot reading of where we're at for love. Then, of course, we are going to choose your sun sign from the high vibe
I love gold,
chalice.
the chalice of life and love and liberty and zodiac.
And then we just pull the tarot from there and see where it's all going from there. So I say we just jump into this collective and get this party on the road. I got a Sprite going.
Nice.
I don't know what you got going, Craig, but I'm rolling. I'm ready to go. I got my pinky fucking Leo ring on. Let's do this.
I've got a little fruit punch action going on over here.
Doing a little fruit punch?
A little fruit punch pre-workout.
By the way, this is a new jacket. So when I put on a new leather jacket, everybody's like, is he wearing the same leather jacket? No, this is a new one. This is a new one.
Damn
Look at this one's like more urban. Like I'm more cool because this one's like, like I'm trying to look like a DJ, even though I've been a DJ for 14 fucking years, Like I'm trying to look like a DJ, I guess, bro. All right. Well, we are at the end of Pisces. So with Venus here, I think it's helping out because usually the end of Pisces sucks, right? It's like the last of the time of the zodiac. We're at the end of the season. We're coming to the big astrological new year. We're coming to this big equinox point here. But there's some things that we got to look at this week. There's some really positives. Now, I've been telling everybody, and I've been putting this out there, and this goes for love, but it goes for everything else in life. Mars and the North Node are approaching very fast. All the planets are direct. Every planet is moving forward. Every planet is going fast. This is the time to seize opportunities. We're going to see Mars trine Saturn this week. Saturn in Aquarius. Woo! This is where we can make big decisions in our life and get what we want. This is where the winners become winners in life. We have to make changes in our reality. And with Mercury now in Pisces, things are going to get really weird and confusing. It was exactly a year today, actually, with Mercury at 0 degrees of Pisces after a retrograde had happened, that the lockdowns went down. Now, I know it looks like, and I've been trying to tell everybody, it looks like everything's going to be fine. And you all know where I stand about this whole thing, okay? I'm not on the like normal side, okay? I'm just trying to tell you the deception is on, okay? You take the next 2 weeks, and I wouldn't even try to push 3, and you change and make your life the greatest life that you fucking can because of all the weirder shit that is going to come down the pipeline here. And you're going to start seeing it being weird during this week with the end of Pisces, and the numbing effect is going to start coming off. And then when we come into that Aries with Venus and the sun are coming really close from geo view, from what we see from Earth. But you have to remember that technically what's happening is the sun is in between the Earth and Venus in opposition, okay? Because we're not in a retrograde during this pass of Venus to the sun that's coming. And it's going to be combusting and burning out that energy. So again, there's more of that. Are we farther away from the real love of our life? That's a big question. Or are you finally squaring off and seeing it and finding the sunlight in between that? And yes, Venus is at detriment in Aries. So it's not that great because it's more fast. It's Mars energy. Venus is going into Mars home. But right now, Venus is in Jupiter and Neptune's home. So it's like, this is where it feels like the universe is fading things. It's sliding things in, and you got to seize on it. You can't just like go, well, I'm going to just block myself about connection with Saturn and Aquarius. No, Mars and Gemini is like, no, motherfucker, we need to get curious about this shit. We need to figure this shit out. We need to get this shit done now because Mercury is lost, and Mercury's getting ready for the square to Mars coming by the end of this week and into next week. And so things are going to start to feel like more hesitant or questioning action when this is not about questioning actions right now. This is about listening to your intuition and following it 100%, especially with love. And Venus is awesome with the sextile to Pluto this week. The sun is sextile Pluto. Awesome transformational energies and commitment energies and just fucking going for it. Getting out when you need to get out and getting in when you need to get in. And it might seem crazy, but this is fated shit. Mars in the North Node. You got to go for it because last year was Mars in the South Node where we all lost. We all thought we could get what we want. We didn't. You need it, but you need to see it's not going to be an overall getting the world we want. That's South Node and Sag, not the world. Just today, the EU announced, and the UK is going to join, a green passport. So Unless you're all about getting that shot, guess what? Say goodbye to your little vacation there. I've been trying to tell people the world thing and travel is not going to happen for 2021. I'm trying to tell people, South Node Sag. Nobody wants to listen to me, though. So, those people that are having international love stories, I'm wishing you all the best. But, this is about your locality. This is all about where you could drive, walk, and swim, I guess.
Bicycles?
I would swim for love. Would you swim for love? I mean,
I would swim
grew up
for
swimming,
love.
but
I would swim for love.
Yeah. Or
I would swim upstream
skateboarding
for
or
love.
rollerblading or running, crawling, limping. Can't think of anything else. So let's see what the tarot has to say for the collective for love this week. And then we're going to go into all your zodiac signs from that chalice gold cup.
God, chalice. Oh,
What
by
do
the
you
way,
feel is going to come up this week?
Shattered
right?
Reality available now on highvibe.tv.
Oh,
Purchased
Shattered
through the
Reality.
website.
Yeah, I'm
Yes.
telling you, everybody's reality is going to be shattered. Saturn square Uranus all year. We've already gone through the first pass, and we got 2 more passes coming. Make sure that you get it at the paid video section. It's down to less than $5 to rent on highvibe.tv on the paid video section, or go to the purchase and get it to where you have it in your app, or you could have it when you log to our website on the mobile web. And have it the whole year. It's 4 hours and 50 minutes long. And I give you all my big predictions.
Hey, that's long.
All night long?
That's a lot of hours right there that you get for a very cheap price.
That is true. With a lot of predictions, and already a lot of those predictions have come true.
So many predictions.
All right, let's see what's going on with love for the collective this week. First card that we got is the Magician reversed. Ooh, what? Okay. Our challenge is the 3 of Wands in reverse. Our overall that we got here is the Emperor upright. Damn, Daniel. And how do we get through this? The High Priestess reversed. Well, this is pretty clear to me already. We got a lot of major arcana here and just one little measly 3 of Wands. Not a bad card, though. I would say that number 1 is, I don't think that when it comes to our love situations, we're coming into this week going, like we understand how we're going to figure out love. Like some people, it's complicated love stories and relationships. Single people are like, am I going to be able to alchemize this and figure this shit out? Because that 3 of Wands reversed, it almost feels like it's the challenge. It's like, I don't see any ships coming in. I don't know if anything's really going to come in the way that I want. Well, the Emperor here is saying, you've got to take some sort of passion and some sort of strength, and you need to get back into that mode of like, I can. Very nice, Craig. Very nice. Beautiful. It reminds me of Lincoln Logs. People don't realize, you can't see right now, but actually all the tarot decks, because there's like, I don't know how many fucking here, it's probably like 24 decks or 20 decks. All the boxes, see how Craig is blocking the shadows? So we had Lincoln Log this motherfucker so high. Oh, it's good. That looks like a good Lincoln Log set. Or Jenga. It's like Jenga too. Yep. It's like playing Jenga, Lincoln Logs, and they all just fell. But it's all good. But you know what? I think that this is a great reading to start things off. As we have more to go into it, but I'm just saying, stop thinking that you don't have the ultimate opportunity in your life. You have to seize on it. The Emperor. But the Emperor is not given the throne by blood. The Emperor is given the throne by his smarts, is willing to get along with the universe, to get along with everything, and has the strength to figure it out. That's why he's a major arcana, not a king. And the Magician reversed to me with this High Priestess reversed is this whole sense of that magic won't happen. When magic is going to happen by opening up opportunities, by closing yourself off to opportunities, 3 of Wands. The magic won't happen, and then you won't accomplish with where you need to go. Why did we pull that Magician reversed here? Huh? Why did we pull it reversed? These cards are getting old. Man, that sucks. I don't like when cards get old because then they're harder to shuffle like this. Why did we get that? Well, awesome card. Page of Swords upright. Well, I would say that, you know what? This is us about realizing it's more about the communication. It's more about the stimulation. It's more about making the offers happen, having the talks. It's not some like, I think that people are over trying to magically figure things out when it's simple. Because Page of Swords is super simple. It's like, here it is. Here's the message. Here's what you got to do. It's like very light and very easy going. Why did we pull that Emperor reverse or upright? We got Justice reversed. I think that this Emperor is showing up for us overall, and what we're going to do to get through this and to make things happen is, I think that we've been just all out of balance. The energies have been wonky. And I think it's also been extreme hesitation, trying to like, you know, keep going through some sort of weird, whether that's like having to prove something in yourself or waiting for something. We've been waiting for something, but it's just felt like everything's been off. But it's like everything's coming back online, but there's that tint over it where, oh, I don't know if it really will. And I think that this is where it gets into our belief systems, and we can have some negative ones that we need to let go of. And we need to, when opportunities present themselves, we have to take advantage of them. We can't just sit there and go, well, let me just check this out more. Let me just keep dealing with this shit longer. That's not going to fucking help. It's not going to do shit. Not going to do shit. And then you will end up with nothing. And I don't think anybody wants to end up with nothing. All right, let's find out what's going on with these Oracle overalls to figure out the finalization of what's going on with the collective this week. I got a feeling. I got just one of those feelings here. What do we got here? We got the Mercury retrograde, which is reinventing. You know what? It's interesting because the Page of Swords is with this card and the Magician reverse. It is us thinking differently. We need to think on a different path. I think that we also have been... The whole idea of the understanding of Mercury retrograde anyway is the fact that if Mercury was to go too far away from the sun from a geo point of view, we'd lose our minds, right? We need to come back. It's the whole point is like the sun goes, our soul goes, no, Mercury, come back. The mind needs to come back. It's like we need to see things differently. We need to, I think, look in different directions or try different things. And I feel like that's what's happening here is that we've lost the magic and we're coming back to the magic. And I think that that's something that, you know, and it's not like the magic. It feels much more like the alchemy of divinity and knowing divinity and remembering divinity has our back. And it's almost like, because Mercury is in Pisces too, I feel like there's a lot of it being like trusting the spirit and trusting the universe again, instead of like trying to figure out love with your head. That never fucking works, by the way, unless it's the little head. We got the Stormy card here. Oh, wow. You know what? A boat ride's nice and peaceful, but sometimes a storm brings it into chaos or brings it into fun. It always reminds me of Jack Sparrow at the top, you know, some big pirate ship in the middle of some crazy energy going on. And we got that with the High Priestess reversed and the Three of Wands reversed. I would say that us not trusting spirit for opportunities or denying when the universe is telling us to go into energy, the idea that the storm is going to come by coming into opportunities is false. The storm is when we deny ourselves of opportunities. We deny ourselves. We don't listen to what spirit says. That's a storm in itself, because it's almost like you had an opportunity and you chose not to take it. And or you blocked it off. This is going to be dealing with a lot of people's blocks and the storms that are within. Because what did we pull as the shadow card here? Fated to suffer. I was just feeling that. You know what's so crazy is I talked about the apple and the fucking creepy ass bitch fucking giving Snow White the apple fucking on my daily today. Mm-hmm. You know what? This is us getting over this idea of suffering. And you know what? I've got a message for people that are suffering in relationships. Like, you need to fucking get the fuck out, or the storm is fucking coming. And for those that are in the storm of like feeling like nothing's ever showing up or nothing's working out, you need to let go of this shadow part of yourself that doesn't believe this divine high priestess will give you the message from spirit, the opportunities and the magic to have. And you have to have the power, and you got to get out of this hesitation, or you're going to suffer. That's really what I see here. And our last card here, the Ganesha card.
Oh, Ganesha, give us a good loving.
What did you say?
I said, give us the good loving.
Oh.
For the collective.
Well, what should Ganesha give us a Scorpio party, like a Biden Scorpio? How about a Biden Skidmore party?
Good love. That shit would get fucking...
I have a question, since you're a Scorpio. Like, is that like really in as like a Scorpio male, like go in and like sniff? Like, do you guys do scratch and sniff? Is that what you guys do?
I can confirm that I have never sniffed without being invited to sniff first.
Good answer. At least you like to sniff. It's gotta have.
Yeah. Yeah. No unsolicited noses poking around where they're not supposed to be.
We got prosperity here.
Oh, Ganesha, thank you.
I'm telling you, it's the prosperity of our lives that is abundant and waiting for us. And I feel like we are getting rid of a lot of our shadow shit about feeling like that's not able to happen. So I'm fucking stoked. Are the Astro Dice in here? Oh, yeah, they are. I'm not rolling them yet. I'm pulling them out of the cup. The kip. All right. Oh, sorry. The chalice. Well, we got ninth house here. Sag, Venus. What? Or is that sixth house? Oh, it's sixth house. Well, that's kind of interesting. It is telling us to expand our day-to-day lives about relationships and also get more specific about what we believe and what we want. And this is opportunities about relationships that could become real. So this is a very positive and optimistic look, but with also like getting specific, which I think is what we want. We want opportunities that are more specific instead of just wide a range of opportunities and not getting specific and knowing where it's going and not knowing. But it also has to match the lifestyle and belief system. So if you're with somebody and your belief system's the wrong way, if you want the shot in the arm, they don't want the shot in the arm, ain't gonna work. You think that the spirituality is lame, they love spirituality, ain't gonna work. So I got a feeling, my guide just said this too, very strong. And this has to go with people in, whether you're dating or relationships. There's a ton of people out there that are dating people that are literally, or they're in a relationship, but they go, oh, how's your little spirituality thing going? How's the astrology? How's the tarot? How's all that? Like, fuck that shit. Get the fuck out of that. Like, what are you doing? Or people that are having arguments right now about the shot. Like, just, you know.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, sometimes we need that detachment to actually find ourselves and actually find if there's any truth in this relationships that we're in, or if there's any truth in this non-relationship, maybe in that single life that you've been searching for, you know, trying to find yourself. Have you? Or how much time are you going to spend trying to find yourself? You know, there comes to a point when you take that detachment or stepping back kind of to the limit and push it over that waiting period. And then you miss the boat, so to speak, you know, because you can't always avoid sailing into that storm. Sometimes you need to go. Sometimes you just need to push through it. Sometimes you got to test the crew. You got to test the waters, and you have to see actually who's got that strength, who's got that ability to go with you and sail forward in life. So you can't just run from that storm. You got to go head on, go right through it. Okay. See what shows up. Mysticism.
Mysticism?
Mysticism. The mysticism of love is swirling in the seas.
No, I think that especially if we're going to talk season, how you talked about missing the boat. Mm-hmm. I've been telling people, I've been warning people that if you have like FOMO anxiety, you might not want to be watching right now, or looking at astrology because it's saying FOMO. Like, don't fucking miss out. All right, let's see who's and I think that you bring that up pretty well. Like, why miss out or why stay in something that's so fucking horrible? Yeah. Like, that's FOMO in itself. You might be like, oh, I'm not missing out because I have this. No, you're missing out because it fucking sucks. You could be having something much better, or you could be denying yourself of something great. Wow, Aries came up. But that's kind of weird. First sign Aries come up. They like coming up lately. They've been needing the message a lot. But there's a lot of that going on.
Aries ain't fucking around. There is a lot of it. You know, there's a lot of fear out there. And so the safe space is kind of going off by yourself for just a bit too long, or sticking in situations for just a bit too long. Even though you know it's not beneficial either way.
Well, let's see what's cracking with all these Aries out there. First sign of the zodiac just happened to be pulled up, and it's your birthday period. Happy birthday, Aries, by the weekend. Don't start pulling the whole, it's my birthday when we're in Pisces still.
Yup, my pops'
Or I'll
birthday.
stick my little Pisces cat on you. How I found out, actually, I ran her human design as a cat. She's a reflector. Little Pixie's a reflector. All right, let's see what's going on. First card for you, Aries, is the Wheel of Fortune reversed. Your challenge card is the Ace of Wands as a challenge. Your overall spiritual advice here is the 8 of Swords. Ooh, and your way through this challenge card is the Strength card. I got a feeling that because this wheel just keeps going backwards, that it's like you keep circling back. You know what? You're the fucking press secretary, so let me circle back with you. You just keep circling back with some situation that, whether it's an argument, whether it's a person that you keep dating that you can't let it go, you can't figure it out. And that Ace of Wands is trying to start some fresh new energy, but that can't start when you keep circling back. So I got a feeling that there's a lot of X energy for a lot of people that are single, or people that they're like trying to go back, trying to do things in a relationship. It's like, feels like something can't move forward in the relationship, like to get over something. It's trying to start something new. And this 8 of Swords comes up. It's toxic. So if you're dealing with an ex, it's toxic. It's bad. If you're in a relationship, this is an issue that it's toxic that you need to drop. And you need to have the confidence to drop it, because you got the Strength card to get through it. You need to have the strength to just drop it, let it go. And if you're dealing with an ex, you got to straight up let it go. Or you're dealing with somebody that you were dating, because I know all you Aries out there are going to be like, oh yeah. Or it's just like that relationship that like you just keep trying, and it's like, what the fuck? It's not working. And it's been especially what you've been trying over this last week and continuing. It's not going to work out. It's not going to work out. And you got to stop it. And then in your relationships, you know, people that are in committed relationships, don't give me the whole Aries relationship thing. Like, we're like talking about it. No, you're not in one yet. But real relationship people, like there's some sort of issue that you're going to have to, I think, be the one that has the strength to drop. The Strength card pulled up again, and you got it upright here with that Wheel of Fortune. You have to have the strength to stop staying and trying to control how things are. You're missing out on so many opportunities, Aries. You pulled the 5 of Cups reversed with that 8 of Swords. I mean, this is about getting over, I think, that, you know what? You're not going to be missing out if it's an ex. You're not going to be missing out over the stupid issue that is fucking causing disruption in the relationship if you're in one. So I would say, like, the toxic energy needs to go, and somebody's toxic if you're single. We're going to find out. I didn't do that on the last one, but I'll do it after we get all the cards here. I do one for singles and I do one for people relationships. But there's something toxic that's ready to leave. There's definitely some sort of X energy that is around for most Aries that are single or relationship Aries. Are dealing with some sort of issue that just needs to, like, you need to get over the control and see the goodness that's back in it and drop something hardcore. We got the Leo card, the love card, the willpower, and you're getting the strength. So you're pulling the Leo energy 3 times over. I mean, this is definitely like, you need to like love yourself again and love the passion and the happiness and not keep settling for the shit. Settling for the squabble. You're like squabbling over some little, I keep getting from my guides, especially those that are, and you could be a cross watcher. You may be trying to date in Aries and stuff. Like there's definitely some kind of like, either you're the ex that's the squabbler, like you're a little piece of shit, or fucking somebody's a piece of shit you're dealing with, Aries. Come on. You know it. You're over it. They're lame. They're boring. They're not fucking doing it. Well, you pulled the affluence card. I think that it's time to raise the bar. I mean, that's what I was feeling with this whole squabble. I mean, you pulled the Leo with affluence. I mean, that's like very Leo to Moon and Taurus, like the Leo King. So it's definitely about really stepping forward into a higher quality of life. Like, come on here. And also your life and your relationship, if you're in a relationship, deserves to be in a better place and stepping above this kind of energy instead of like being like kind of at the bottom of the barrel, like being an affluent figure and stepping into a higher part of life. Because I think that it's like wasting a bunch of time. Or maybe you're realizing that your partner or the person that you're dating, if it's not an ex or whatever, isn't that great. They're not that at the top. Or they're making you feel like you're having to push your energy lower. I don't know what to tell. I just got to tell you. That's just truth. You pulled as your shadow is the black flower fragrance. You know, you're trying everything to attract in a situation if you're single or you're dealing with this ex and it's not working. And maybe even is getting a little seductive in negative ways because it's giving away your power and your energy. You're trying to attract too hard. Or, you know, it could be a fragrance or an energy just that you're putting off that's pushing and repelling people away. Especially if you're in a relationship situation. Ganesha overall is saying, embrace. So I would say it's the embracing of, well, what really is embracing with you? You know, maybe there's, I got a feeling because Ganesha I have to pull one card with this. And it was the High Priestess. You need to listen to the divine to embrace too, because I got a feeling that there's some Aries clinging on to some ex or some weirdo that's not really from the divine energy source that you need to pay attention to. And I think this is about embracing the divine and following that. When it comes to what singles we're going to be dealing with this week, Two of Cups reversed. It's definitely a soulmate issue that's upside down. That's not, you thought a soulmate was a soulmate and it's not. And then for those that are in relationships, it's dealing with Page of Swords, communication issues, fights, arguments, stupid little squabbles. And it could be a lot easier and a lot cleaner if you get more clear on that. And the Astro Dice are saying 8th house Venus, Pisces, definitely a clearing out of like some really dark energy and some hidden energy and definitely a lot of secret energy. Could be somebody that's been cheating too. And some, definitely also, but also clearing a lot of the cobwebs and a lot of spiders, and a lot of the obsessive stuff and releasing too. There's a lot of releasing here, Aries, and something that maybe you're a little too obsessed about and it's not going anywhere.
Yeah, cheaters never prosper. They never prosper.
They don't.
But no, I do like that Ganesha card and the embracing. You know, I think that it's really important to embrace that power to move forward, and I think it's just as important to embrace that past as well. You know, that's always going to be a part of you, but being able to kind of step over that and step past it and kind of keep pushing forward by knowing that true mission, by knowing your true power and that fire burning inside you is going to turn it all around. And it's going to spark maybe some emotional aspects within inside of yourself that you thought were lost, that you haven't felt in a long time, but actually living in the moment, not living in fear, but living in the progression of life is what's going to actually take you to the next step.
What step?
Well, that's the thing, you know, it's different for everybody. What it is for you is going to be different than what it is for me. So that's when you have to kind of have that real conversation with yourself with inside of what it is that you want. And those are the steps that you're going to take forward towards that. Having an ideal of how you want to live your life and having an ideal of the individuals that you want into it is going to be beneficial for knowing this path that you're trying to take.
Well, that was very specific. I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
I think everybody out there appreciates it too. Who's next? Don't worry, I'm not looking. I'm not. Virgos. Did I hear a vacuum just start up? But if it was a Dyson, it would just go.
We did have a Virgo vacuum the floor.
Huh?
We did have a Virgo vacuum the floor earlier.
We do have a Virgo that works here that was vacuuming. All right, Virgo, let's see what's going on with your story and your love life here. I'm deciding what cards to pick for. Are you doing the Golden Tarot? There's a lot of relationship going on for Virgos. It's a bunch of Pisces. You are dealing with some massive relationship situations right now in your life. And where are you numb? Where are you numb? Where are you numb, Virgo? Where are you not paying attention? Let's see what's going on. Pull the World card reversed as your first card here. Your challenge card is the Ace of Cups in reverse. Your overall here is the 5 of Cups. Ooh, and how do you get through this challenge? The Moon reversed. Yeah, this is a lot of subconscious emotional situations going on. Not feeling fulfilled, you feel like, I'm just going to be honest, Virgo, and this doesn't matter if you're single or not, or you're in a relationship. There's definitely this feeling like things are not connecting and that there's unfulfillment here. And there's actually like the fear of some sort of sorrow, or that you have to drop some sort of emotional bomb. The way through this is stop holding on to subconscious emotions that you're afraid to bring up to the surface. That's the issue. You're too afraid to bring something up to the surface. And also, Virgo, this is dealing with a lot of your own internal shit of like how you project onto other people, maybe some weird emotional situations because of your own shadows and project them onto other people. We got this 5 of Cups here. There's definitely some sorrow that you might be going through. Maybe you just like are unhappy. There's an unfulfillment here. But let's see if we can get you through this and see what's going to be more specifically here, because I know this is a little difficult to hear and it's definitely not an easy pull here, but definitely I feel like something feels like it's not over, but maybe that's been the pain that you're afraid to face with that World reversed, and especially that 5 of Cups and that Moon reversed. It's like, I'm just going to keep pushing the emotion down, not deal with it now. Putting things on the back burner or putting things, on that side burner don't really work out too hot. You might even have a little bit of a side little piece that's not doing the trick for you, and you're wanting a nice main piece, but the side piece got to go. 10 of Pentacles with that world reversed. I mean, I think that's the issue, is you're wanting this wholesome everything to come together. 10 of Pentacles is a great card. It's the castle that comes together with all the things that you want in your life. But with that world reversed, it's almost like you feel like you're building something great, but there's something not connecting. It's not connecting to the world you want. So it's almost like building it in virtual reality, but it's not happening in reality. You got the Lovers reverse with that Sorrow card. So we're definitely going to be taking this very seriously this week. I mean, you pulled the Lovers reversed with the Sorrow card of the Five of Cups. There's definitely some sort of weird repression, or there's some sort of, anger about how some love situation is gone. If you're in a current relationship, there's definitely issues that are terrifying maybe to have to bring up to the surface, and you can't be afraid of them. Like, you're going to have to bring it up if you're going to want to build in this life. I mean, we're pretty much dealing with a lot of all reversals except for the Five of Cups, and you got the 10 of Coins, at least 10 of Pentacles. But, you're going to have to go through something here to get things back on track. Your oracle cards here that we got here. You got the 5th house of creativity. And I think what it is about what's more fun. I feel like the issue with connecting to the world that you want is like, you're trying to connect worlds that aren't that fun. You're trying to be more like, well, I have this, or I'm dealing with this, or I'll just deal with this person. Like, where's the excitement? Where's the love? Where's the laughter? Where's the passion? There's a lot of passion, especially with sun coming in the 8th house. You got to get that fucking sexual energy going. Being real. Sex. You pulled the safe travel. This is kind of weird. You know what? It's going to be okay for you to let your true subconscious emotional situations that you've been suppressing out, especially to fulfill. Believe it or not, the cup is empty. And that's the issue. You think if I actually bring the cup out and I bring out the emotions, that something's going to go wrong. No, it's going to take you to where you can finally, it's like a dry cup, like pop, I thought of a funny joke, but I'm not going to go there. And you pulled the Triumph of Lies. There's definitely a shadow here of not exposing the truth and not exposing what you want to say. You pulled this with the Lovers reversed and the Sorrow card. Either A, you're just dealing with the lie that within yourself of your own, I'm going to be honest, your own weird issues with relationships, and dealing with the lies that you have to deal with. Also the lies of just not being honest about how you really feel. That's interconnecting to your world. There's a lot of fun trying to happen, but it's all being blocked by this moon reversed. It's holding up this whole show. Your real feelings are not out. You're suppressing everything. You're being robotic, and you're not a robotic person.
I am a robot. I do robot.
You pulled with the Ganesha. You pulled the promise of the future. Well, it's Ganesha's telling you to look out to the future, to out there and beyond. You might not want to hear that, Virgo, but that's what it is. For single Virgos out there, you pulled the 7 of Pentacles. So you know what? Where's the hard work going to go in that you actually get a return? If you're going to invest in crypto, you're going to invest in the stock market, you're going to invest in a business, you're going to invest in something, are you getting a return? How much have you put in, and is the return worth it? If it is, that's where you have to be with the single life, okay? Is this person worth it? Is this person going to really be worth it, my time and my energy? And is it really going to build something great? Or is it me wasting my time? I keep getting side piece. You look at them like a side piece. For relationships, I got the Sun reversed. So it's definitely not the highest moment in relationships. It feels like the energy is way off. It feels like the sunshine is gone. It feels like they're controlling or you're controlling, and you're going to have to face that. And it also feels like there's an unconscious behavior deeply going on, especially with you have the Moon and the Sun card both reversed in this pull. So it's not all paradise, but it's helping you to get to paradise. You got great things in the future coming if you're willing to face that stuff now. You got North Node in the 8th house of Capricorn. You need to grow up, and you need to get to the real shit, and you need to expose the truth, and you need to grow up, and you need to make decisions. Don't get stuck in the South Node that would be opposite in the 2nd of Cancer and trying to be in a hoarder position emotionally and hoard and not deal with things and trying to keep things all kosher. No, it's time to fucking clean this shit up. Time to get to the root of the issues and figure it out and fix it and do something about it, or make a choice and be an adult. Can't be a little kid anymore.
Can't be a little kid in the candy shop.
Nope. You can with happiness and fun and love, but not with the situations that are blocking that.
Right. Because I think it kind of goes back to that detachment that we spoke about in the very beginning card. There's time to kind of pull back, but at times you might just miss it. The life might just pass you by if you just sit and you just ponder on life, on thought, on relationships, instead of actually going out and exploring, instead of actually getting out of your house, getting out of your safe zone, getting out of your mind, and just going to explore life, fully express yourself. That's the only way that you can actually find out your interests, your dislikes, things that you want to do in life, and things that you know are not going to be beneficial to you, individuals that you know are not going to be beneficial to you. That's through the exploration of life, or the exploration of space, however you want to look at it. But it is that soul, it is the exploration of your entire being that you're going to need to focus on to get yourself out of the muck and pushing forward and progressing forward in this life. The muck, Sprite.
Yep. Scorp.
Oh, nice. Party's early tonight.
Biden.
Party's early tonight.
Biden Skidmore.
We're having a what do they call it? The early bird special for this Scorpio party, because it's Bob's Big Boy early bird special here on Deep Love Tarot, because ain't no party like a Scorpio party, baby. Bob's Burgers and baby.
Well, did you say Bob's Burgers?
Yep. It's an early bird special.
I still haven't watched the pandemic or I think it's the vaccine special for South Park yet.
I haven't either. I have not either, but it's the early bird special.
Are they bringing the bat back?
I don't know. I haven't seen it.
Well, Scorpios.
Early bird Scorpio party. Bob's Big Boys special. $4.99 cheeseburgers and fries.
I was going to say, for this week with all your Pisces in love, if that's where you're taking your date is to watch Bob's Burgers.
Early bird special.
If you're a cross watcher to Scorpio, you better tell that Scorpio you're not taking me to watch Bob's Burgers or a burger joint.
Early bird special. $4.99. Some clucks and fries. Extra ranch. Because I'm fancy like that. Even maybe some honey mustard.
I hate to say it, Scorpio. I don't know if Craig's representing you all well, or you guys are all interconnected right now. Is that what Joe Biden's asking for?
Honey mustard up in here.
He likes hot dogs, I forgot. All right.
No, I don't.
3 of Swords reversed.
Perfect.
5 of Wands upright as the challenge. You got the Knight of Wands, though. I think I love you. Who the fuck are you? A little one-night stand action. Woo! Or at least just jumping into something.
I'm mad at that.
How do we get through this challenge here? The Queen of Swords. Well, you did pull the Heartbreak card here, but at least it's reversed. I got to say that it is coming with a 5 of Wands, where you got to put the energy in, and that's the issue. This is reminding me of last week. There's a hesitation, whether it's between you or somebody else, but I got a feeling it's with you. 3 of Swords. You can avoid a heartbreak by putting more effort in. 5 of Wands is like not being afraid to like put in that athletic, yeah, I know that things can feel like it's all over the place, but the 5 of Wands is definitely like you got to put in that energy. You got to face it off. You can't be afraid because they got the Knight of Wands here that's ready to leap into things for love. And you got the Queen of Swords to get through. It's like think smart, get to the specific shit and go into it. Like think and like be clear. There's an issue with clarity here, probably within yourself. Or it could just be also with the other person or your relationship here. Why'd you pull the 3 of Swords? That's what I'm the most interested about. What is this whole entire fucking issue with love, fucking heartbreak and shit? Fucking, are you gonna avoid it? Or are you gonna have it because you're avoiding something?
Tell us things, tarot gods. Tell us.
I mean, today I'm using the tattoo tarot deck instead of the hermetic deck. I got a little wild with that hermetic deck the last 2 weeks.
I like the graphics on that.
Yeah, it's a lot easier to see too. Oh, the King of Wands. Woo! Don't miss out. Woo. You got an opportunity you're going to miss out on this week, Scorpio. I guarantee it. Because you're going to be too scared. I'm just calling it out.
Can't play scared.
3 of Swords reversed to the King of Wands. Yep, that's too afraid. That's too afraid to take on this weird situation that's not weird. It's the weirdness within yourself. Fear of heartbreak. But you're going to have to, you can do it. Don't let me guarantee it like the Men's Warehouse guy.
I
right?
guarantee it.
I guarantee it. King of Wands, 3 of Swords reversed. Don't let me start doing that shit, please. Let's pray that this Knight of Wands here, you got the King of Wands, you got the Knight of Wands, you better be leaping into fucking love. You better be squirting that love juice everywhere. 5 of Wands in reversed. So you got the 5 of Wands twice. There you are, avoiding the conflict of interest or too much or whatever to leap. Look at this parallel here. It's like, oh, wait, I'm afraid, but I've got the power. And then it's like, I'm ready to jump, but, oh, that's too much to change in my life. And that's why I think that you need the ultimate clarity. What's going on? You pulled the Virgo. You're thinking too much. You pulled the Virgo. I analyze. You're trying to overanalyze the situation instead of like, I get it. You have a life. You have your day-to-day life. You have your reality. But you got to get this shit much more fucking figured out by your heart, not your head. What's going on here? It's time to unlock the door. Look, you got the talisman. You got the ultimate spiritual key. But you need to clear which door you're opening, which is the fear of conflict in your day-to-day life. Look at, are you too afraid of revealing how small your dick is?
Terrified.
But I'm not talking about literally. The big dicks in the world are the ones that fucking go all the way. Not in that way. The old expression is like put a ring on it, or stay committed, or go in. There's something about going in.
Apparently, I'm supposed to go get married. Anybody want to elope?
I didn't say that. I'm just saying it's
Who
the
wants to
energy, the
elope?
fear of going into the as you said in the last night. I'm like, what's the step? The steps that lead to that space.
There we go.
Being on that highway that has that as an entrance to that next highway. Shadow. Oh, the downcast pride. I think that this is where it's been a lot of energy where you want more excitement over things. And it's like, maybe you're not feeling the pride of it, or maybe you're not excited about it, or maybe you're not excited about someone, or maybe you're just alone and you're overthinking committing to trying to date, or you're in a relationship where you've lost the energy. But where is it where you're not showing up with all your passion, and where are you overanalyzing too much of the reality details? What does Ganesha say? Insight. Well, divine insight, not mind insight. What's this insight? I can't just deal with insight, fucker. 3 of Wands, opportunities. The insight that you need to realize that you have an amazing opportunity. A ship is here. You got to take the ship while they're here. There's 40 fucking ships outside of Long Beach Harbor right now with a bunch of shit, and it's not getting in. Like, that's never happened in our lives. So why is that? There's a lot of questions to that answer that we still don't know. Don't be sitting there analyzing when you lose an opportunity because you're in this place of, like, have the insight to see the opportunity. Don't have that post insight of like, I'm trying to get the insight on an opportunity I lost. And if you're single out there, the Hermit reverse. It's time to stop being a crotchety little bitch and fucking step into the heart and the happiness instead of trying to overprocess things or be in your own little world. If you're in a relationship, you pulled the Emperor reversed. You need to take back that power in the relationship that you have let go of, or you're not putting effort in the relationship. Maybe you're over it, but at least you need to take the power back and let the person know, or take the power back because you're realizing that you're being weak in the relationship and you're not applying much into it. You're not putting much into it. We got Taurus Sun in the 12th house. Well, this is definitely dealing with some, what's so funny is actually the Taurus is this relationship house for all Scorpios, but that 12th house Taurus, this is definitely some stubborn stuff that you are dealing with that maybe you have to learn to let go of. Like there's something that you have to present yourself in your soul that you're not letting go of that maybe needs to be washed away. Maybe it's not worth holding anymore because you could be in a subconscious place. You could be avoiding something. It's about learning to have the beauty. But in the 12th house, it's almost like the escape from the beauty. Or are you connecting to the deeper spirit? It also means spirituality. So it's like, are you ready to hold spirituality in the relationship as number one? Or is it more of just this physical reality? That's a big question.
Yeah, because you'll find the escape within inside yourself, not, like Dave said, not in the mind, but in the heart and the soul, and the knowingness of the abundance that you actually have, the knowingness of this future that you have. And you can't be afraid of which door you're going to open because they're all going to lead to the same spot at the end. It's all going to be your life, regardless of the ways that you get there. Your life's going to continue forward. And so maybe you'll have a few trips and falls along the way, but there'll be that knowingness, there'll be that strength that we always talk about in working through issues. And so when something arises, someone shows themselves to you, you can't be afraid to take them up on that. You can't be afraid to invest yourself fully just because maybe other situations didn't work out, or maybe you fucked it up in the past. It's okay. That's life. You always got to open that door. You always have to have that strength to walk through it. The strength in yourself and the strength in knowing. So progress forward, baby. Let's do this. Scorpio party. Right here. It's all about us. It's all about us.
I'm going to leave that one right there.
You can leave it. You weren't invited to the party.
Libras. Good old Libras. Libra's got a big week. Sun's coming in their relationship house, and they got all those planets in their 5th house. They're like the most planted for love. I know every Libra's jumping around like, holy fuck, did he just say that?
Hercules.
Oh my God. What deck are we going to use for the Librans?
Use a very nice deck, a very polite and friendly deck.
No. Well, I like this. I'm using the Vampires deck. We're getting that Rose energy, that Vampirist energy. Yes, there's goblins and vampires and fucking shit in here, but it's such a beautiful deck. I love it. All right, Libra, what's going on with you in love this week? Let's find out right now. You pulled the 6 of Cups in reversed here. You pulled the Queen of Cups in reverse when it comes to your challenge. Your overall is the Temperance card. And the way that you get through this challenge is the 8 of Pentacles in reverse. Well, already this is saying that I think you're stuck in the same rut of trying to find a safe space when you're emotionally wanting fulfillment deeply. Queen of Cups is where we get emotionally fulfilled, that nurturing energy, and that's missing. And we got this Temperance card here, which is like, go with the natural flow. It's almost like you're not going with the natural flow. You're waiting for some safe space, because that's what 6 of Grails is, right? 6 of Cups. It's like, this is like the beautiful space where the kids can hang out and it's all perfect and they're protected. But it's reversed. It's like, you're in a non-safe space. You're like looking out the window, ready for something to happen, and that's not happening. Like, you have to go into the world and make memories happen. You can't just keep living off of how you want things to look in life. And especially with this Queen of Cups reverse as your challenge, like there's not that nurturing that you want. And you got that 8 of Pentacles there, which is like, stop playing the same routine over and over and over and over again. Like, you haven't mastered. You don't want to master this. You don't want to master this cycle you're in right now. But there's a natural flow to things, and allow that to happen, opposed to you having the control of the flow of things, because that's your issue. This is bringing up control issues. Could be by another person if you're in a relationship too. Not gonna lie. But I would say that this is your control over safe space and trying to be in the safe and how you want it to look and how beautiful you want it to look and all that shit. When it's like, hello, like, the beauty happens in the memories you make, not in the exact environment that you want it to be, or the exact place that you want it to be. Or, you know what? It almost is like too, where it's like, well, I kind of want to like have that friend energy like right now. It's like, you know what? Like, I get it. But at the same time, this isn't your time for friends. This is your time for love. You know, what's the difference in the love language between physical touch? Why is physical touch in there in love language? Because physical touch, when it comes to friends, should be at the end. I don't need a hug from a friend every fucking day. I don't need to have that solid, like, yo, all right, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's what makes love different than friends. I got a feeling you're dealing with that kind of weird space. You pulled the 3 of Pentacles. Ooh. Not gonna lie. You're torn between 2 people, or this is kind of like a situation to where you're trying to find somebody to build something with, but also it can be love triangles, like where you're kind of dealing with 2 people, or you're dating somebody and then somebody else comes in, you're weighing out which one's better, or you still have that ex, but then somebody else is new and you don't know how to tell the ex because it's bad memories, but you want to get over those memories, but you don't want the new person to know about the memories. Or you're in a relationship and you're just like, holy fuck, like you're looking around, definitely. Temperance with the 8 of Cups reversed. Look at this. So I'm going to be honest, Libras, there's an ex that has to be dealt with here because you're not willing to let go of something and move on to come into the beauty that you want to go into, which is the Temperance card, which is the ever-flowing universe that naturally happens. But maybe you're finally ready to. But that 8 of Cups reverse always says like you're not ready to drop something, and that you're weighing out 2 sides or 2 other, 3 Cups always has to deal with like a couple of different people. I'm not going to lie. Or it's like, it's that ex that keeps showing up and you keep thinking about them. You may not be in your life, but you keep thinking, or you compare. That could also be you might be comparing. You need to let go of that, because obviously you're not an emotionally good place right now where you're feeling the nurturing that you want. Even in a relationship right now, you're not feeling that. 11th house friends. Did I call that shit out? You know who the third person could be too? A friend. Oh, well, how's that going to affect my best friend? I hang out with them all the time. Or you're trying to set up spaces of friendship before love. You think anybody's going to be interested in that? I'm going to be honest with you, Libra. You think anybody's going to be interested when you're trying to be friends first? You're Libra. Your partner. Well, the healer card's here, so definitely focus on, it is Horus's eye. And, like whenever we get this the eye of Horus, I got to say, like, it's time for you to realize that you are healing the insecurities about nurturing, and also that your life is not somewhat going in the form that you feel you want it to go. And I think that that's going to be the core to understanding that it's time to make a change, and it's time to heal this, and it's time to look at what's really there, what you've really wanted. It's there, but you got to do something about it, and you got to get rid of this past. There's a past thing. 8 of Cups reversed, 6 of Cups reversed. Just let go of your past. Let go of the person from the past. You know what? This is also trying to bring an ex as a friend, and it's getting weird. Getting weird. All those Libras are like, how the fuck do you know about that? I know. Look at that. You're forgetting your own self because of this situation that you're too afraid to let go of what you really want to have in your life. And you're just dealing with like shitty situations that you don't want to deal with. But you have the opportunity to get out of that this week. And new energy to present itself. But all you have to do is back out of that old shit. And like drop that old shit. And there's this whole friendship thing is like, yes, you could be friends and also find lovers, but it's like they have the same things in common as you. So it's like you don't need the validation of friendship. It's like move on beyond that and move on. The safe space thing is always what gets me in love readings, the 6 of Cups reversed, or reflecting on old memories and trying to bring that. And especially a 3 of Pentacles with this, like this is dealing with complications or what your best friend is saying or what your group of friends are saying or what they're, you know what I mean? Like, or they're getting in the way of something. And then you're like choosing that and missing out on what you really want emotionally. And like your friends are controlling you, when they're telling you how to create something. You got decision, boom, you got a big decision to make in your life, definitely about dealing with the ex situation or some sort of person from the past. But I also think that this is about you learning to take more power and more decisiveness in your life about what you want in your life. Why? At the Six of Swords, it's time to move on to a better life, a better waters. It's time to move on. The Six of Swords is like moving on to the better island and getting off the island that you don't want to be on right now. If you are a single Libra, you got the Emperor. Holy shit, it's time for you to go for what you really want in your life. It's time for you to take the power and to also go with somebody who is powerful too. Because I feel like you're dealing with somebody who's weak. And Page of Wands, this is definitely coming up for relationships. If you're in a relationship, you need to communicate where you're at with your heart, or you feel like your partner needs to show up with their heart, and you need to demand that, because whether you're single or in a relationship, you're moving to a better place and a better position. And it's time for you to find a powerful person, single Libra, and you to be powerful. And relationship Libra, you need to speak your truth and your passions and see if the other side of your partnership is in the same place to move into that better energy. You pulled the first house, Aquarius with Venus there. Wow, that's a very unique one. I mean, I think this is about finding the ultimate connection that you truly want in your life, but are you disconnecting from what you want in your life? That is the big question. So are you disconnecting? And then are you trying to only focus on yourself, but then you feel like an alien all alone? Or are you willing to connect and to find the bridge to what you really want? That's a big question. You're kind of in between. You're kind of hard to, you're like an AOL signal from 1998, 1997. It's like misconnection.
The hourglass, the spinning hourglass.
Yeah, or, right before it says, welcome, it's just like fucking, drop connection.
Welcome to movie phone.
It's like, damn. Don't be so hard to get a hold of.
No, you got to make those decisions. Are you going to cross the bridge, or are you just going to stand there? At some point when you're bungee jumping, I've never done it, but I've seen individuals and they're on the edge and they're trying not to go. They're trying not to go, even though every ounce of their body is saying jump, jump, jump. But yet there's something holding you back on that bridge. I think it's time that you just follow that intuition, you follow that passion, you jump, arms out, free fall, let Jesus take the wheel. All is going to be well if you actually go, if you press forward. Nothing's going to change when you're just standing in the same spot and you're surrounding yourself by the same individuals and standing in that same energetic field. Something's got to shift up. So take that leap. Have faith. Feel that love pulse through your body. But you got to do something. You got to make that choice. Either go or don't. Reap the benefits or don't. Be happy or don't. It comes down to you.
Pretty simple shit.
Yeah.
Or stay with the idea that the ex is going to work when the ex is out fucking someone else, calling you at fucking 3 a.m.
Sagittarius.
Or you're still with that fucking partner that's fucking lame. Shit's weak. All right, Sagittarius. We'll give them the Golden Tarot. Ann and I reset this whole Golden Tarot deck because I have two of them and they got mixed together, and we picked every single card out and matched the same cards together and then broke them apart. And this is like a mix of two decks now, but it's all one deck. And it's this I've had both decks for, I don't know.
So you guys didn't end up splitting the decks?
No, we did split the decks, but you can't tell which deck is which. So there's a lot. I did 3 years of readings with these decks, like personal one-on-one readings, astrology readings, and I don't know. I did a lot of daily horoscopes with this deck. So this deck's got a lot. I'm trying to pull a lot here for Sag. All right, what's going on, Sag? You got the 3 of Cups in reversed here. Your challenge is the 2 of Wands reversed. Your overall here is the 3 of Wands reversed. Wow. What's the challenge that you get through it? Queen of Wands upright. That's good. It's kind of interesting. Today, my guys have been just focusing on how you get through this, and it's like kind of setting the intention of why this shit's happening. And it's like, it's time to wear the crown of the love that you deserve in your life. It feels like, when people are ignoring you at a party, you see the party, but somebody's ignoring you, or your partner or the person you're dealing with is busy with other people, busy with other things. Two of Wands reversed. There's a world that you want to have that you don't feel like you're getting right now in your love life. And you got this Three of Wands reversed. You feel like you're missing out on opportunities, or there's no other ships to come in. So sometimes it could also feel like, well, I'll just be the queen to whatever I have. When there's obviously there's other things out there, but you're not willing to look for some reason. Not willing to look around. I wonder why that one is. We're going to find out right now. What's going on, Sag? You're definitely ready to wear the crown jewel of love, and really, or you are, but you're not being seen for it. What's the situation going on here? I'm going to do one little shuffle. What do we got here? Three of Cups, huh? The party where you don't feel like you're at the party. The Magician reversed. I'm going to pull this one here too before I drop my knowledge. Queen of Swords reversed. I am seeing a lot of reversals surrounding this Queen of Wands. I feel like the magic is in yourself, and you're forgetting that. You're giving away your power to other people, and they're even around. You got the Queen of Swords in reverse. You're trying to figure out a situation where there is no doorway that's open, and that is not an answer. That is you have to realize that you need to drop that. You keep thinking that you've found an end-all be-all solution, which you have not. You have to widen up your scope, which is what you are as a Sag. But I got a feeling that you've gotten in a really stuck position. You're surrounded here by all of your own issues, of your own magic, your own clarity, your own trying to, Three of Cups reminds me of the person that's trying to make everybody happy at the party, but everybody's like, can you get the fuck away? And then Two of Wands reverse is you want a world that you really want, be in the challenge, you're not getting it. And then that Three of Wands is like, no, I don't believe that I can have a better ship to come in. You pulled the Cancer card. You're definitely in an emo week. You might get the I love emo fucking rock. You better, maybe you need to get some emo going. Or maybe, you know what, you need to let your feelings out, because I think that you've been suppressing those feelings and giving away the wrong feelings, not the true feelings of who you are and what you really are desiring. Look at passion. You know what? If there's no passion there, go find passion. You know what? I got a feeling you are burning with desire, and it's not being seen, but it's not being seen because you're not choosing to be seen, and you're giving a lot of this energy away to some person or your relationship where they're not seeing it. And I think that, that's a rough one. That's going to be hard. I mean, to be suppressed with your passion and energy and not being seen for it sucks. Sucks a lot. Let's see what the shadow has to say about what's going on. Oh, look at this. To dream or not to dream, that is the question. To be or not to be is the question, actually. Perchance to dream, though, this is, I'm going to be honest, the shadow is that you're with, or you're dating with somebody where you don't even know, or they don't even know if they even like being with you. I hate to say it. When that card shows up as the shadow, with the Queen of Swords, there's unclarity, and I guess, there's nothing better else out there. I'm just going to lay my body next to this body and not be attracted to it, or just kind of, I don't know how anybody could sleep next to anybody and not be attracted to them and still go with it. Fulfillment. You need to be fulfilled. You're feeling empty. You Two of Wands with this. You got the passion and desire. This fulfillment is coming if you're willing to deal with realizing that you're dealing with a lot of energy that doesn't want to fulfill you. Maybe even literally they don't want to fill you up. Or they don't let you fill you up. If you're a single Sag out there, you got the Ace of Pentacles reversed. Something's not going on to create what you really want, because this person isn't willing to show up with the goods, or there's a money issue with them, or there's some sort of self-worth issue, or they're just not, they don't have enough, they have too much going on to be able to create the world that you want to create with them. So if you're single, you need to find somebody who's got the value, got the worth, and can make that new start happen in that world. Oh, wow. relationship, Sag, is you got the Three of Swords reversed. It's like you keep avoiding the heartbreak. You just want to like avoid it. You are too afraid to deal with the truth. Heartbreak can sometimes fix things, right? By dealing with some of the pain. But it's almost like, we got a Black Widow here and you got it reversed. It's like the Black Widow's in the room and you're not dealing with it. You're just like waiting for it to come bite you. And I think that the longer you wait, the more it's going to come bite you. You pulled Mars and Pisces in the second house. It's definitely you having to realize that you need to go for what your value is of your soul and stop giving your energy away and stop being so sensitive about what you really want in your life, and to actually use the magic and actually go with the flow to what's the best for you in your life, and let go of what is not, and move towards that, and cut energy out that is not serving you to what you deserve and what you should have spiritually. I'm going to go urinate.
What's up? Oh, okay. Right, because sometimes in life we take the easy way out, and that easy way is a passive path of least resistance, or at least that's what we think. That's what it might be in the very beginning stages of it. It might feel easy. It might be the safe choice in life. That person might have check all the right boxes, but it doesn't necessarily feel right. But for some reason, we give it a chance. And we go down that road, and at some point we realize that this individual is not right for us. But again, there's that notion of, well, I've already invested all this energy or all this time and all that, so I might as well just continue with it because it's easy, instead of actually standing up for yourself. And standing up for yourself, in turn, that's going to be standing up for that individual as well, because we're leading them down a false road. Remember, they're going down this road with us. They're in this partnership with us. And if there's no truth in it, if there's no love and there's no appreciation, or, maybe we do have that love, but there's not that fire burning love. There's many sorts of it. There's that love and appreciation for an individual just because they might be a good person or because they're there for you. But there's not that actual passion, that desire, that will to want to continue and build a life with this person. And then, so what do? Are we going to actually speak up for ourselves? Or are we just going to continue down that road because it's easy, because that momentum's already carrying us down? At some point, we're going to have to make that decision. Hopefully, you don't have to go through that in life. Hopefully, those are those individuals that meet and they manifest that love together. They cultivate it, and they're strong, and they don't have those issues. Or they're going to have issues along the way, but it doesn't necessarily lead to the pinnacle of what are we going to do? Are we going to continue doing this together? Are we going to continue progressing forward? So there's both sides of it. There's the lonely road or the road less traveled, and there's the road, the hardship of going with an individual, and there's the beauty in that too. The beauty in knowing that you have a person that you love, that you appreciate, that you've been building this life with, that's building it with you. So it goes back to that decision of, are you going to continue down this road with an individual that you know deep down that you don't have that burning desire for, that you don't have that passion for, just because they're there, just because it's easy, just because life has taken you down this road together, down this beautiful stream, and created all these memories. But who's actually showing up? Is it you, or are you kind of putting on a false face, a false energetic field around there so this person feels safe around you as well, even though behind that energetic field that it may be filled with a little bit of lies and deceit, because what you're putting out in there in the relationship, what you're putting out into the universe, is not 100% truthful. It's not 100% you. How can it be if you're not fully invested into it? How can it be fully you if you don't even know what you're doing in this relationship while you're there with that person? So these are the tough questions that all of us, go through in this life. And I think over the last year, it's kind of brought to the forefront because there's been that focus on ourselves, the focus on the world around you. Everything's kind of been magnified. The situation's been magnified. The people that we're with, if you do live with an individual, or if you were in a relationship, or if you are in a relationship, I think the stresses of life got magnified over the last year. And it's really put out there into a clear view as to who an individual is. And so that's when it goes fully back to knowing yourself, appreciating yourself, first, being strong for yourself first, being strong for your family, for your friends, being strong for those individuals that are there too, being strong for you and being strong with you. You know, are they standing up there next to you the whole entire time? Are they standing there in that light, in that love, in the picture that you're radiating out there into the world? Or is it kind of a false front? Is there no real foundation of it? Is there no real strength? There's no real stability of it besides just the surface level BS. You know, hopefully not. Again, hopefully you're living in a relationship of love. Hopefully you're living in a relationship of appreciation and desire, and that you want to touch that individual and that you want to be touched by that individual, because, I mean, how great is that? When you're there in love, in the throes of passion, you know, that's what we're all searching for. Maybe not on a day-to-day basis, but in the longevity of life, it would be nice to experience that at least once, right? Maybe twice. Hopefully with the same person, if that's what it is that you're trying to get out of life. You never really know, though, because at a moment, anything can change. You know, your perspective of life can change. The way that life is kind of folding out in front of you can be flip-flopped in a second, you know, and then you're kind of having to find yourself again. You're trying to kind of rediscover yourself in a world that's ever changing, and relationships that are ever changing and adapting and progressing forward. So that's what it comes down to, is being able to adapt to that and being able to right the ship when it goes down the wrong path, and being able to right yourself when you go down that wrong path too. And know that there's individuals out there that are standing there with you. Know that there's individuals out there that have that power and that believe in you fully. And you got to tap into that, but you have to believe in yourself fully, because remember, self first is not selfish.
Oh, man, that was rough. I don't know if you were reading my comments in chat.
No, I wasn't. I was looking at the camera.
Well, you were talking about this burning desire.
Yeah.
And it was right when I was peeing, and I just
burning while you're peeing.
Burning. It was just burning. It was hurting, and I was asking you, because you talk about really tough decisions, and I was like, I have a tough decision, Craig. What do I do? My urine is my pee is burning.
Personal issue right there, big guy.
And then you just said you were talking about clarity, and I said all I just want is some clear pee.
Yeah, I mean,
and then people were telling me that I need to go get apple cider vinegar.
Yeah, you might want to.
But then I was like asking you at the end there, I'm like, what's this discharge? It smells. I thought at first it was just the bathroom, but it came out of my pee. It was all this discharge. I don't know what to do. So
yeah, you might want to call the WebMD for a diagnosis of that.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a rough one.
You know, it's so funny. Some people were actually gullible. I actually fell for that shit in the chat. Oh, man. Gemini. Well, Gemini, make sure you watch him for a UTI this week. If I'm talking about UTIs, even though I didn't have one, and you popped up. I'm not kidding either. Mars and Rahu in your sign. This is some of the old astrology shit you should know. All right, Gemini, let's see what's going on with your love life this week. What do we got here? All right, first card that we got here is the 10 of Wands in reverse. Reversed. You did pull the Page of Pentacles in reverse as your challenge. Your overall card here is the 6 of Wands. You got the Ace of Wands to get through this. But I think that you're ready to come into the wow factor of your love life. You're over, I love this card. It shows this really heavy sumo trying to get on this person. You're ready to drop all the weight. I got a feeling, I'm going to be honest with you, you're dealing with somebody that's too much weight. Or you've put too much weight on yourself, whether it's work or just trying to achieve something, and you're not letting your love life happen. And then you got this Page of Pentacles as the challenge here. It's like, I don't think that you've let any offers come in. I think offers have tried to come in, and then you try to tell yourself like, oh no offers are coming in. No offers have come in. You're just not wow factoring them. You got the Six of Wands though. It's time to have the victory of your life for love. This is a love reading, and it's going to take that new start or taking the initiative of saying, yes, let's do this, or let's not. And there's some sort of weight that's being dropped here, which I think is good news. I think that this is a good reading. I think this is what Gemini needed. I think that Gemini's been through a lot lately, and I feel that this is like finally clearing some of the tide, but I think they're going to realize that there was just a lot of like weight that's been on them. And what's this weight dealing with? Three of Swords, heartbreak. Oh man, that's what you're dropping. You're dropping the heartache that you put to yourself. I got a feeling that you just keep putting yourself through heartbreak, or you keep trying to find happiness with somebody that's definitely been just keeping you with heartbreak. And you got to like let go of that. What is the victory about? Four of Wands. Wow. Focusing on like big unions again, marriage, celebration, finding, like that's the marriage card. That's the card also of celebration, that people are celebrating about you. Look at the diamond in the middle of that. Like you could have the victory of your life focusing on the person that you know has that ultimate diamond and putting all that you got in it. I think that you've been wasting your time on way too many other things. Page of Pentacles reversed. Like you're not taking offers when that's your issue. But you need to like realize that you have the wow factor that's around, but you've been wasting your time on pathetic and wasteless people and energy. Or if you're in a relationship, it's either, well, if you're married, I don't know what next step you got to take that's higher than that. Fourth house roots. You really need to see that the roots to even hold the big things that you want in your life are going to deal with how well your love life and your relationship life is doing, the support that you're going to have, the foundation that will hold those things. Trust, there it is. You got some trust issues that are part of why you haven't been taking offers or why you've been going through some of this stuff. You gotta learn to trust. You gotta learn to trust the wow factor instead of blocking that from that offer. It's like somebody shows up to your house, and it's like, it reminds me of the old days of like, what was that? The fucking, with Ed McMahon, and he would show up with a big check, the Publishers Clearinghouse checks.
Yeah.
Right? And it's like, yeah, you want $10 million. And you're like, no, I don't think so. And you close the door on him. That's what you're doing. But you're opening the door for the fucking fraud who doesn't have the fucking check and says they do. And that's your issue. Damn. You pulled the bride in a cage with the marriage card and the victory card. So you have like the ultimate situation that you've always wanted in your life, just sitting and waiting for you, and you're blocking it with bullshit. Fuck. Talk about fucking having the ultimate, but like denying yourself of it. Why are you doing that, Gemini? What's Ganesha got to say? Reflection. Okay, what are we reflecting on? Queen of Wands or Queen of Cups reversed. Wow. You keep reflecting on past pain and where you lost some sort of emotion, and that's, I think, what you need to get out of reflecting on. I think that's what you've been reflecting too much on. It's just like where, I think Queen of Cups is afraid to really nurture again or hold some sort of space emotionally. And that's what you've been spending so much time reflecting on. That's why the roots has come up. That's why trust has come up. That's why the bride in the cage has come up. That's why the Ten of Wands is trying to let go of this reflection, the weight, let go of this Page of Pentacles that is reversed, that is your challenge, that you have problems like letting yourself even show the offering that you want, or saying what you really want, or taking the offers that you do want and pushing it down and missing the victory to the ultimate happiest lane that you could have. If you're a single Gemini out there, you got the Star card. It's like, be naked again and listen to what the universe is telling you. Stop getting in your own way of your own ego and your own mind and your own accomplishments and all that shit. What is the signs this week going to tell you? It'll direct you to where to go. But you just got to like clear all the energy out energetically of how you expect love to be, single gems. If you are in a relationship, Gemini, you're in the death reversed. It's like you're going through this ever-ending process of getting right to the end, and then it won't, and like you're afraid to face some of the deeper truths. You're going to have to get to some of the deeper, darker spots and like not be afraid of it ending. I don't think that it will end fully if you're not afraid of it ending and by going into the spots. If it's a relationship that's really built on strength and trust and security, you wouldn't be afraid to go to the areas that could cause a breakup because you need to actually clear it up. But if you're afraid to, then you keep going through this cycle where you're not facing something fully, or that you and your partner are not. You got North Node in Leo with Mars in the 5th. I mean, come on. Like, this is like where you go for the love of your life week. What is it that you want in your love? Stop thinking about what other people think or what the world thinks. This is Leo. It's 5th house. It's all about Leo energy. Leo, your own happiness. What's going to bring you your own happiness? And what does your truth really want of your passion and your energy? And go for that. Stop. I think that means that you've been dealing with where you're doing what you think is best for you in the long term, what's best for you, what other people will think. And you're also chasing like what you think is trendy, which it's not. Go with what your own heart is and what you really want in your life.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because this could be your own personal call to action. You know, are you going to actually step up? Are you going to actually go for your wants and your desires? Or are you just going to kind of, you know, play the game of weakness and play the game of cop-outs, so to speak, and say, no, I'm not actually going to try for this for some reason. You know, it doesn't necessarily even have to make sense, but that could be the reason that you're actually giving up, you know, that you're actually not going for your happiness that's right in front of you. So you have to wash away, you know, if that's fear, if that's doubt, or if it's just, you know, existing in the stagnation of your life, you know, and not wanting to move and kind of have that inability of progressing forward. Whatever it is that's holding you back, you need to identify it. You need to just push through it. Sometimes you just got to do it. Sometimes you just have to will yourself forward and know that there's going to be a better outcome at the end of the day.
I think that you're right about that. You got to will the truth of your heart instead of the will of what others look cool. Aquarius, when they're not.
They're not.
Nothing worse than that.
They're not.
Nothing worse than that. All right, Aquarius, let's see what's going on with your love life this week. It is you're an Aries station here at highvibe.tv studios tonight. Must have been the rain that came down today. Did rain today. All right. Aquarius, you got the King of Pentacles upright. It's a great card. Your challenge that you did get here is the 7 of Swords in reverse. That is a interesting card. Not the easiest card. You got the 4 of Swords in reversed as your overall here. And you did get the King of Cups in reversed. I'm going to say this. I think that you're really focused on the physical plane in your relationships. What can be made, what can be built, what, you know, like whether that's a home or whether that's like, you know, building and the physical parts of the life, but the emotional part is missing. And that's what, like, and I'll be honest with you, with this 7 of Swords reversed, it feels like uncomfortable conversations, you know. There's always deceit, lies, stuff like that, or maybe you're afraid to bring out your emotions because you might think they might be judged the wrong way, or they might be thinking that you're doing something wrong. You got this 4 of Swords in reversed here. I mean, it doesn't feel safe, and I think that the physical doesn't feel safe because the emotional is missing right now, and you got to get back to that emotional trust. There's been some sort of deceit, or you don't trust somebody, or somebody doesn't trust you, and you're trying to work that shit out. You got a 4 of Swords here. There's definitely not a safe space comfort-wise to rest your head at night. That you're, but it's the card of always that somebody feels sporadic, like they feel like there's no ease. And I think that there's this feeling like, okay, well, I have this, or I could build this, but like, that's nice. What about all the other things in life? The deeper emotional shit, the real comfort at night that you could rest your head up down straight. Like, I feel like maybe you're just hyper focused on work, and you're missing out on a lot of emotional things, and maybe you're second guessing too many things too. 7 of Swords reverse could second guess things. Or is this person doing something bad, or are they not? 4 of Swords. Quite interesting here. So I'd say that, you know, remember to like love emotionally. And like ask the questions that you want at the moments that make sense instead of running hypothesis in your head. I think like continue with the work stuff or the physical stuff, but don't miss out on some really great things that emotionally need to be fulfilled, and so where you can have like a nice place to feel nice when you go to sleep at night. That definitely is a card that deals with sleep. And Nine of Pentacles came up. I mean, I'm going to be honest. I think that you're really focused on what to manifest and money and physical aspects and work. I mean, that might not be a bad thing. You might be able, if you're single, to attract a partner that's in that same space. You might be working on your physical appearance and your look and you're attractive. You're definitely a very attractive energy this week. But are you going to show up with the emotional energy? Three of Pentacles. So, I mean, this kind of deals where, you know, sometimes it's love triangles. Sometimes it's like, okay, again, more about building something. Again, I think that this is the issue. I think that there's too much you have enough energy to attract what you want. But it's like whether or not that's going to go deeper than just the physical stuff. Like actually having the emotional stuff deeper and actually having the fulfillment. And also instead of like being kind of hard to emotionally connect because of questions about things or feeling like somebody's doing something dubious and all that shit. Like, I think that's too much of an issue. Like that, like drop that and just get back to, oh, look at you pulled Saturn return. You got the age. Like, again, I think that again, you're so focused on the material. Maybe the relationship is, maybe you in your individual life as a single person, you're focused on what somebody has, or just you're focused on your own projects and stuff. And you're also, I hate to say it, you pulled the Saturn return card, you know, it's kind of like, you know, you're not being crotchety, but it's like you're acting more like an old lady or an old man than you are fucking in love, than you are a lover. And I think it's important with Mars and Gemini in the North Node this week to act like a lover. I mean, come on. You know, if you know astrology, you got divinity. Oh, wow. You need to focus on the divinity, not the physical. Too much physical shit going on here, Aquarius. Too much about work, home, creating, money, projects. Get back to your divine life. That's what's missing with the King of Cups here and with the Seven of Swords reverse. It's like totally like when you question the divine too much, or you question the divinity and love or the relationship that you're in or the relationship you want to be in, like you're not in the divine. Like it's like you're kind of like too caught up and over physically looking at things instead of connecting on a divine level. This is like about connecting on a divine level. That's what you need, and that's what you need to do within yourself, and you need to find somebody that's willing to do that within you. And your shadow, what did you get here with your shadow? Oh, you got the peaceful among thorns. You're just sitting in this space, but you know, like you're kind of trapped because you feel like it's too dangerous to do what you really want, or, you know, so some relationships could be trapped. You could feel trapped on you feeling like you're like being passed up by another person, but you're the one choosing to shadow that yourself. Or, you know, you're acting like everything's all good when it's really not. That's what this card really means. You're acting like things are all good when they're really not. You're focused too much on the physical realm, trying to stay peaceful, when the physical realm is showing you a lot more pain, when the divinity realm is showing you everything. You have divine support. I mean, with the divinity card, I can't get more fucking clear than that shit. Holy mother. Look at that. Divine support, divinity. Let's see that. 48 and 20, that equals 68. 68 is 6 plus 8 is 14. Fucking, it's a 5. You're in the middle. Thinking too much in the head about the physical shit. You need to think about how you connect your mind to the divinity. Move on to the other side. If you're a single Aquarius out there, the Lover's reversed. You feel like maybe you feel like a love you missed an opportunity with, or you're in deep search for the love of your life, and you feel like it's a hard quest, this thing, but it's about the love that you show within yourself. If you're in a relationship, you feel like retarded. You got the fool, or you feel like you're with this stupid partner that's like not that smart or dumb, or you feel like you've done something stupid and you have to fix it, or And that's a reflection of also being with a partner that's dumb and stupid too. And you got to work that one out. North Node with Leo in the 5th. Focus on love. I mean, that's what I said. Focus, like, instead of your own Aquarian disconnection and friends and society and isolation. Get out of isolation. Even in your own relationship, if you're in one, get out of it.
That's going to benefit nobody, including yourself and including your partner. If you're shutting yourself out to love, if you're shutting yourself out to that individual there, you can't just kind of put yourself over in the corner and try to manipulate life to the way that you want it to look. At some point you have to let that energetic flow run through you, and see where it's going to take you. You can't shine away from it. And you can't shut yourself out. I think that's what it's showing up for yourself and showing up for your partner, showing up for that love that you actually want and showing the universe by the energy that you're putting out into it that you're worthy of it, because you are. But you have to believe that yourself, and you have to go and get it. You have to go and push forward in situations when you feel like it's not necessarily right, when you feel like it's kind of out of whack, but it's okay, because sometimes it is. Love isn't going to be this perfect picture always. Sometimes we have to push forward through situations for individuals because they love us and we love them. It's there. That love is all around, but you have to be willing to go and get it.
Yeah, you got to go for it.
You got to go for it.
It reminds me of like
Always.
You're in a relationship and you isolate yourself in a room and then you don't see your partner. Like, oh, I got this work to do, or I got this to do, or I've got this to do. And like you're avoiding.
Yeah, we can always find a reason to shut ourselves out from the world around us. And it's not beneficial to anybody.
No. Up, Leo. Ah, yes, Leos. Leo, Leo, Leo. All right, Leos. Golden Tarot for the Leos that I just reset in the biggest way. Let's see what's going on with love, Leo. Hermit reverse. That's good. Definitely not in the crotchety business. 6 of Cups is the challenge in reversed. 6 of Swords in reversed is the overall. And Ace of Swords reversed. A weird reading. Well, I think that you've done a lot of deep inner work and you're coming out of the woods to come into this challenge of feeling like, where is the beautiful place? Where do I go? Where, like looking for the ultimate, but it's not there. Maybe it's like not about this like ultimate fresh, like figured out spot, or that you need to go some new place. That's where it is. Maybe it's just around you and it will show up. All you have to do is some deep inner work with yourself. So this is not where it's like some destination. It's like around you. And it's like you just had to do a lot of deep work on yourself and figure out a lot of deep things right now. And you're coming back out. You're coming back out to be like, all right, done some deep work. This is not you traveling to some place. This is not you having to find some place that reminds you of an old memory, or like that's the problem too, is like, oh, I came out, like, where's the place that I always find good memories for love? Or it's like, no, this is not some place that like you have to reset. All you have to do is reset inside of yourself. You didn't have to reset and go to some new place. You just had to come back to who you are. That's it. Like, this is not some like crazy destination to find, or going to some crazy destination to find the love that you need. Or if you're in a relationship that you both need to go into some crazy new place. It's like you just had to deal with a lot of things and you're coming out of the woods. What are you coming out of the woods about here? You overdone playing with the wood chipper? Kind of weird. My whole week last week was we worked all week, and all I did was build that studio, and Craig built the other studio out here with Ann, and I was just working all week. And it was funny. A lot of people thought I was like, are you here? People like wrote me and was like, are you doing that in your RV? Are you out? I'm like, I did that in my music studio. I just rebuilt it. So weird. Very weird, like being on the internet nowadays and shit. Like people just like make crazy assumptions of what you're doing, and you're like, I'm fucking taking my music studio, building it. Five of Swords. You don't need to try hard at all. I think that maybe there's this part of you like, oh, I just got out of the woods. Now I got to go put all this effort in. No, like you already are Mr. and Mrs. Effort. You're a Leo. Like, and you don't want to push anybody away. So don't force yourself. Like, oh, I came back. I figured shit out. No, you don't need to force anything. You just got to just show up with ease. There's definitely showing up with ease this week. Six of Wands. You're going to have victory and you don't need to go anywhere. You don't need to go to some new place. You don't need to try some new crazy destination. You don't need to go to some new life. Like you already are in the life. You already are within the space. This is the challenge, is thinking that you're not when you really are. So, I mean, this is really like you don't need to try hard. Like it'll be naturally and easy. And you've already done the transformation within. And as a Leo, you already know once you're in that good heart space, it just naturally happens and it naturally flows. You get the Neptune card, which is, you know, the sacrifice and surrender and just going with the flow and finding the dream. This is you finding the dream energy. Spiritual energy, though. It's like you just being in the spiritual zone and letting the spirituality come deep within. And so, you know, might feel like you had to make some great sacrifice, but maybe it was like you had to sacrifice some of the deeper stuff that you had to clear in your own life. And that's all you had to do. And just letting the universe work its magic and do its thing. Full moon. Definitely your emotions are really high and peaked out, but they don't need to be so peaked out about finding a certain place. They just need to, you need to just be fully there and show off every emotion that there is. And release emotion too, that maybe need to be released, like with the surrender and the full moon. Like, this is you just fully just showing up like, hey, I'm open and emotionally here and just like, gone do shit. I just, whatever. It's very simple. Very simple. Although the full moon can feel very dramatic. So don't get dramatic over, I need to find this fresh start and I need to find this certain place and I need to go to some place. You already got the victory here that's coming. What's the shadow about all this shit? No, today for tomorrow. So, like, again, I think that you feel like that you need to make some sort of change today and it will change for tomorrow. I think that's what you've done with coming back out of the woods and doing the deep inner work and realizing the shit that you've had to deal with. And so stay in the place of what you do today and that peaceful, chill place. Sure, you're definitely emotionally on the peak and wanting a deep emotional, so that's not going away, but you have a victory. And if you sit in the victory of being okay and surrendering and without trying so hard with the Five of Swords reversed and trying to figure out exactly what it looks like. And there's too much, you don't need to figure out shit. You just need to just show up and be and surrender. And if you could do that today, tomorrow, that surrender will show up with what victory is going to come. That is not something that is just going to fucking be someplace that you have to go to. It's coming to you. Joy. Look at this. This is a joyous week. Where's just the easy joy and the fun joy? And where can that joy be had? Because anything that's not in that space, you're not going to be into it, or it's not. Ganesh just saying the only doors open are the ones where it's happy, fun, having a good time, laughing. And it's that inner child, that inner joy. If you're a single Leo out there, Seven of Wands in reverse. So, you know, anybody who doesn't want to fight for it as much as you do, again, even though we got the Five of Swords, which is like trying too hard, the Seven of Wands is dealing with the fiery passion of getting up to this really high marker, and who's up there with you that wants to stay on that high ground. Anybody who doesn't want to step up to the high ground with you, it's not worth fucking fighting for. And so surrender. Be like, you know what? Okay, like you'll find somebody that wants to show up at the same level that you do by surrendering to the people who don't want to step up to the same level that you do, or that they maybe can't. If you're in a relationship, Leo, you got the Queen of Wands here. You're definitely not in your you're definitely not in your Leo vibe. You're feeling something off in the relationship. And I think it's about finding happiness and joy. And that's what you're going to have to find again in the relationship, whether that's because of your own issues that you had to go deal with. I think that's it. But I also feel like maybe in your partnership, how did that affect them? And how you don't need to try so hard either. I know as a Leo, when we fuck up, we try so hard to fucking get the partner back on the same level of love that we're at, and then it always turns into shit. So, like, let them come back the way they're supposed to. I know you feel stupid about what you've done maybe in a relationship, but like, just surrender and let your partner see. And for single Leos, like, you'll see who's on the same page and who's willing to put in the same work and pull out of situations that aren't. It's a pretty chill reading. Gemini, 8th house, south node. So you don't need to try and investigate to figure out what's going on. This is saying focus on the bigger picture of like, where's the best out there, and that it's a journey to figure that out, and that there's a lot of open space out there to figure that one out, and stay in that more positive energy. You don't need to go into detective work. You don't need to go into like figuring out where the passion is and who's got the passion and what to receive. Like, this is about what you want to build and grow, and something that's positive and something that's open and easy.
Right, 'cause sometimes we get lost searching for these victories in life, and we sometimes forget that we already are victorious. You know, we're here living, and we're here experiencing life as it should be, you know, the ups and the downs. So instead of maybe focusing on what each moment should look like, you know, appreciate each moment. Let it actually flow through you instead of trying to manipulate time and space and the emotions that we're living in each moment. You know, just kind of go with it. And like David said, if individuals aren't showing up for you as to how you need it, then that's a tell for you. They're not going to show up for you. So it's not worth putting that energy. It's not worth trying to be victorious in that situation when individuals aren't trying to be victorious for themselves. Let them wash away. You know, allow yourself to heal when needed. Allow yourself to love when needed. But just allow yourself to live fully in the moment and for all throughout existence. It's not about the victorious moments, okay? It's about the life and the love that you're living.
Yeah, because sometimes it's enjoying already that you're at a great place, which makes sense with that 7 of Wands reversed. Like, it's like you don't need to drop the bomb place. Just stay at the bomb place.
You ought to bomb.
Yeah, exactly.
Kaboom.
All right. We are at Tauruses now. The cows are coming home for their love reading. We were walking forever, but we had the greats that fucking got in the way. You were the one who used to tell me about the cow grates.
The cow grapes?
No, the cow grates, you know, that stopped the cows from crossing the road.
Yep.
Why did the cow not cross the road?
Because of the electric fence. Why did the cow not cross the road? Because it wasn't born, because it was artificially inseminated to have babies. Because the grass was greener on that side. The cow wasn't even born. The cow is a figment of your imagination. Correct. They didn't have the shot of juice that they get out of the cow male. The juice is loose. To inject. So cows don't even have sex anymore. Is that what's happening to Tauruses? Hope not. Although that story could ring true to some Tauruses out there. Sorry they don't make a human. Call Bill Gates. Maybe they do. Making them in the lab. It's disgusting. All right. What's going on, Taurus, with your love life? Let's see what's going on. I'm sending you good positive vibes, Taurus. I know that you all just walked here and it was a very long journey, and you want to get back to relaxing and watching your show and chilling out, eating some good food, smoking your bong, drinking your tea, listening to your music. You pulled the Magician up right. You gonna be blowing snow up your nose this week? Woo! 3 of Pentacles is your challenge. Uh-oh. You got the Lovers. Wow, overall. Woo!
The Six of Cups reversed. That one's been popping up a lot. Wow. This is some powerful shit right here. You have the Magician, the Lovers, but in between the challenges, look at this, the Three of Wands. Let's see what this card says. Very interesting. It just says, we'll work for sex. I think the challenge here is that you're trying to debate two people. That always comes up with Three of Pentacles, or you feel like somebody else, there's a third party, or you feel like you're in the middle of you're the monkey in the middle of something. But you know that you have found that there's the opportunity for love this week. It's coming very big. Or if you're in a relationship, you're going to find out if it's truly the lovers that you are. You know that you're finally ready to, you know what it is that it's going to take to get that love. But the issue here is like, you need to pick who you want to be with, number one. And the Six of Cups is like, I think that bad memories is something that you got to let go of, right? Or especially I would say like the past of how things are, or focusing on, well, I only want it to look this one way based off memories. This one's coming up a lot. Like, just let the past go and move into the future. Like, snort the fucking magic that you want in your life here. I'm not saying that it goes fucking AO for yayo, but like, it's more just like going AO for Levo, I guess. Ayo for yayo, walk around with yayo, all in my naso. I must have been crazy.
I thought you were going to go Ayo for Leo.
You don't remember Andre Nicotina?
I do.
Ayo for yayo, walk around with yayo, all in my naso. I must have been crazy. Ayo for yayo, walk around with yayo, all in my naso. I must have been crazy. I think one of the lines is like, he's like fucking taking their orders, and he's like fucking he's like got Bush fucking on the line. I forgot how it goes. They got Bush on the line. I'd have to hear it, then I'd know the lyrics right away. Like, do.
Ayo for yayo.
8 balls and quarters.
On this week's
It's all coming back. I'm like, oh yeah. Watching Scarface, listening to Ayo for Yayo, fucking at a table like this. All right, Magician. Let's see what you got. The Chariot. Oh, wow. Well, it's time for you to move on in your life into where you really want to go with love. I feel like you've been like in a fucking distracting place with love and the magic. It's time to jump in. You got 2 major arcana. You got the Magician card and you got the Chariot card. You got the 7 and the 1. This is definitely about you and the magic and the spiritual magic that you're ready to move forward into in your life. This is huge. This is so positive, but you got to be willing to go and jump into the magic and trust the universe and go with it. Your gut's telling you to go, or leave. You know what I mean? What's up with this Lovers card? The Star reversed. God, the love is trying to start, but you're not willing to come to a blank sheet of paper with it. It's like, I have these things that I want to still have in love, and I can't do it unless I have this. Or you're having trouble letting go of an ex-lover to start a new love. Like, this is definitely, you need to come from a clean slate. The Chariot, the Magician, the Star reversed. Like, let go of this failure within yourself to allow love to happen because of some stupid stipulations. Like, be clear. Like, show up with a fresh slate. Like, show up with an empty backpack. I know that's hard. I haven't been a Taurus. Trust me, I don't have such thing as an empty backpack. I carry more shit in my backpack than women carry in their biggest purses. But that's what you have to let go of. Like, you did pull, wow, look at this. Chariot, Magician, North Node, Life's Purpose. This is you realizing that, I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. This is fucking the most golden reading we have seen in a while, Taurus. Like, you know the magic that you're ready to go for, but it has to be in line with what you feel like is destined for you. What's the best for your destiny? What's the best for your long term? This is in Gemini. What's going to give you quality? What's going to be best looking? What's going to has the money there? That's important. All those things. You pulled the Jealousy card here. When's the last time you saw this card, Craig? Fucking little weird fucking eye.
It's been a minute.
It's been a long time. Jealousy has not popped up in a long time.
That's a good thing.
So maybe somebody's jealous of you and you're going to just have to because that's the three of pentacles. Maybe somebody's going to be jealous about you or you're jealous about somebody else, but you're going to have to, I think, drop that. And maybe you've been jealous in the past or something like that. You're going to have to let go of a lot of jealousy situations and all that shit. That's hard for Taurus. And just move into your destiny. And just move into your destiny and let go of this little stupid shit. Guess what? People are people. There might have been somebody that the person was talking to last week or a text message that came through or something, but don't let this person become as big of a fucking issue as you fucking want to from your own jealousy and ruin something so amazing. Let's be honest. That's humans. It's how it works. Alone in the world is your shadow. So that's what you're facing. The destiny of your life or alone in the world. And this has been the story, but it's this week it's going to drop on you. Remember, there's not much. This is the year where it's this week into next week that you decide your whole year. So guess what? Here you are. You want to be alone? Or you want to go into your destiny and take the leap of faith and go into the magic? Or do you want to have the love of your life, but you're not going to let go and you don't want to come from a blank sheet of paper, so you're still going to end up alone? And if you're going to be jealous, you're going to end up alone. I mean, if you're going to be jealous and get over it and step into the magic, that's one thing. It's okay to let go of the jealousy and be jealous for a moment, opposed to holding the jealousy and staying alone and not willing to budge and then missing this ultimate disco show of fucking love, man. You're missing the disco show? Fuck.
Apparently, we just had a birthday in the chat, so happy birthday,
Happy
Divine
birthday,
Healer.
Pisces. Well, you got wholeness. So you're trying to bring everything together, and I would say alone in the world is not the place that you want to go anymore. You need to bring things all into a whole, and if you can't bring that in every aspect of your life where you can find wholeness about things and you're still holding off on things about bringing the wholeness to things, you're not going to find that. You're going to stay still feeling alone. I'll pull one card, see what this wholeness is about even deeper. Two Pentacles. You're shuffling around too much. You're trying to juggle two different lives, and that's not whole. I think it's about bringing the life that you want to have into the wholeness, and then it will feel not like shuffling, but the two worlds intermingling that work together. If you're a single Taurus out there, you pulled the Eight of Pentacles. You're in a loop that's not working anymore. You got to pull yourself out. You don't want to master this loop that you've been in of why love hasn't been working for you. You got to look at your schedule. You got to look at your day-to-day life, your work. What are you doing for work? There's issues with that. You're in a structured reality that you think you've mastered, but it's not letting the love in. You're on a conveyor belt that's the same every week, and you need to change that. And for those in a relationship, the Wheel of Fortune reversed, it definitely feels like you keep circling around the same situation that keeps coming on, and you got to be willing to let go of the control and just see what fortune's going to bring, see what destiny's going to bring, and let go of it and see what happens. Maybe it just turns into something better when you finally drop it. Drop the control. Your astro dice are. You pulled the 8th house Gemini South Node. That's so funny. That's what I just pulled prior. Focus on the great grand journey, the great big journey of the quality that you want and building something, building the ultimate story. Stop trying to figure out and getting too caught up in well, I need this and I need that and I need that. And just be open and be I need these things, but I'm open to how I'm going to get there.
It can be the focus on life that makes us actually miss out on life and makes us miss out on the moments that are being presented to us. That's where that true beauty is. Sometimes those situations, those individuals, whatever it is that least expected moments that turn out to be the most beautiful parts of our life. The unplanned. Sometimes someone just shows up in our life. Sometimes a situation or an opportunity just shows up in our life, and we have to be ready. We have to be in that mind space to be able to accept it for what it is, and we have to be able to thrive in that moment and say, yeah, I'm fucking taking that energy and I'm going with it. I'm not going to just shudder. I'm not just going to sit in fear. I'm going to embrace it. And it's embracing that power, not embracing your power that you're trying to have over the moment, but embracing the power of the universe that's being presented to you.
That's true, because you know what? Sometimes, well, all the time. I don't think it's sometimes. Love just shows up and it's just you got to be ready. You got to be okay. Love never shows up when you're prepared. I got my backpack ready. I'm ready for the school bus to show up for love. No, love doesn't show up like that. Love shows up in a 67 fucking Camaro Z28 spinning out and fucking Matthew McConaughey opening the door and being like, all right, like fucking, and you got to jump in that car or not.
You gotta go.
Or you could do the Forrest Gump thing and wait your whole life and have Jenny fuck you over, get AIDS, but at least she has your baby before she got AIDS. You lucked out on that. And watch her die and then raise your son and live off the feather that just flies with the music in the background. It doesn't sound like a fun story. Although I love that movie, and I do love that story, and I do think Forrest Gump, the character, is a very good character of how to go through life. Capricorn. But there's parts of Forrest Gump's story where, yes, he learns to go with the flow, but he also misses out on a lot of the love stuff. If you don't remember. And it was all due to his mom, too. And how she would have sex with the teacher just so he could pass the next grade. Do you think that's going to be happening now to get the kid to go to school? About what shot in the arm? Teacher. Has anybody thought about that one yet? Bet you nobody thought about that one yet. Hey, you can't give me shit. I'm just saying that happened in the movie, and that was fucking Sally Fields, if I'm not correct.
And it was.
And it was. And the whole...
Like, your mom really loved you.
Oh, are you ready to be that mom to go, for that? I don't know. Big questions there. Am I talking about you, Capricorn? I don't think so. I'm just talking to everybody. You know what? We haven't pulled the zombie deck yet, Cap. We have not pulled the zombie deck yet. Let's get that out. What's your favorite scene in Forrest Gump, Greg, while I'm shuffling this?
I really enjoy when he is waving at Lieutenant Dan as he makes it back after the storm, and he's waving to him, and he walks off the side of the boat, and the boat goes and crashes into the dock.
Yeah, that's a good scene.
I enjoy that one. And then when
there's
Bubba's
actually a lot of good scenes.
naming all the shrimp that you can make.
There's a lot.
The whole movie's great.
There's a lot. Yeah,
and the
there's a lot of
soundtrack's
good
great.
scenes. I would say, I don't know. I was gonna say one thing, and then I'm like, oh wait, you brought up that, and then I'm like, oh wait, there's so many other great scenes. I think I like the scene when he goes to New York and he sees Lieutenant Dan at the bar.
Right.
And Lieutenant Dan's just fucking hammered and his life is just a shit. And then Forrest gets drunk and then they go back to the room with the girls and the girls make fun of Forrest and he fucking gets all crazy on the girls and he's like, fuck you. And it's like the first moment you see him actually like back up Forrest Gump. And then it's from there that they start working together. And that scene when he finally gets it and he's sitting out there on the boat and he looks out at the fucking sunset.
After the storm.
After the storm, exactly. Oh, yeah, he's better than even Captain Jack Sparrow on a fucking boat. That motherfucker's up there like, woo, go Forrest, like fucking fuck yeah. But that scene where he just jumps in the water and he just starts swimming. And then Forrest's like, I think Lieutenant Dan found God that day. I think that's my favorite scene.
When he brings him the ice cream, and then Lieutenant Dan just grabs it and puts it in the urinal.
I know, he just throws it in the urinal. And then he fucking flops it on the floor. I would say that actually that character, Lieutenant Dan in Forrest, like that combo was such a good... There's so many characters that play with Forrest Gump in that movie, but that was the ultimate combo. And then at the end, too, when they go to Forrest's wedding with Jenny and he shows up and he's like, yeah, Forrest, like I have legs now. He's like, wow. He's like, lucky to meet my wife, or fiance. He's like, wow. But that he showed up was emotional for me. See his transformation. Because really the biggest transformation you see in that movie, there's two. There's Jenny, who goes from innocent and sweet, who's then like not. But then she comes back too, but she comes back with a lot of deadly baggage. And then Lieutenant Dan, who at the beginning just wants to die like all of his family did in every war. And then is truly like his friend through it all, and like is the great transformation, you know. All right, Capricorn, are you about to go through that great transformation? Let's see. You pulled the Ace of Swords reversed as your first card. Your challenge is the King of Cups in reversed. Your overall is the Temperance card. Shot in the arm. Shot in the arm date. 6 of Pentacles in reverse. Well, I'm going to say this. It's the crotchety card, but it's reversed. So it's like, don't bring the crotchety energy in because the King of Cups is not getting what you want emotionally. You're not feeling like emotionally in control, or you're not getting the emotions that you desire and that you want. You got an Ace of Swords here. It feels like there's no clarity, or there's no position of understanding where your relationship life's going. And you got to go with the natural cycle of the universe here. That's what this Temperance card's saying. But don't bring any crotchety energy in. Or again, that's also the card of money and exchanges. And it's saying like, don't make this about what's being exchanged or how much you put in or they put in. Or don't block also like receiving good things from people, because you could be really blocked right now. Why is this Ace of Swords popping? King of Wands, time to realize that maybe, you know what? I think that you're expecting like an understanding about relationships when it's really about embodying love and seeing if people show up, or seeing if your partner shows up, or whatever. And then that will figure itself out. But you got to like be the king that sets that tone. You pulled the Sun card, awesome card with that Temperance. So this is like really interesting. This is like a really kind of fucked up reading, and then like one of the best. And I would say that it's like, this is you turning something around. You turning the energy around from like, I'm not happy to I am extremely happy. This could be a very bipolar week. Like I'm going from the bottom to the top. You have to communicate. You have to also find where's the energy that feels like your twin. And you might have to, it might feel like a twin flame, like weird situation of chasing and all that kind of shit. But it's like, where's the energy where the real communication is? But again, some of that communication with you being the reversal, the Ace of Swords, it's like maybe you're not able to start fully the life because there's something that you need to figure out, or you need to present, or you need to communicate about. Definitely communication. Something has to be talked about. Something has to be talked about. You got the Divine Feminine here. I think that you just want to be held, and you want to find that place of that's supported. But you're not finding that support by looking at what it's like, counting the tracker of how John Hopkins is tracking every case and all that shit. It's like, you just need to like let that go. That 6 of Pentacles, you know, is too much caught up into what's being exchanged. And then a King of Cups is like, you know, like almost demanding too much emotionally. Like just allow the support to be the support, and maybe more will come. And show with the fucking heat. Show with the fire, show with the love. Now, you got this awesome card here. You got the Sun card, you got the Temperance, the Divine, just natural, beautiful sunlight and love that's coming. And this is in your overall. With your shadow here, how you make sure that happens is you don't have regrets. You don't hold regrets. You don't hold negative energy towards this. You don't be like fucking, you know, it's gilded regret. It's like wearing the crown of regret. Like, or projecting regret, or somebody else's regret, or something like that. Like, come from a beautiful space, be the sunlight, and those that will see it will show up. Don't tarnish this shit. Come from the natural point of view, and be the Divine Feminine energy maybe in yourself too. But that support comes when it naturally comes, and communicate what it is and show the light of what it is, and don't show regrets for what's happened, or don't hold the crown of regret, definitely. Or don't end up in a regret because you're missing out on opportunities. You have a chance this week to get out of that. You got relaxation. This should be super easy and flowy energy. And anybody is only going to approach you in that vibe. If it's another way, it's not going to happen. So, like, the energy of being relaxed and chilled is number one. And whether that's from the other person or not, we'll find out. If you're a single Capricorn, you're dealing with the Wheel of Fortune reversed. Like, so you keep circling around something, but maybe it's like trying to control it. Maybe when you let it go and let the fortune see and see where the wheels is going to turn, Or just allow and be like, hey, where's the wheel going to turn with this? That's what you communicate. And just like see if the other person or see if the person you're dating or you're interested will spin the wheel with you and see where it turns. And be honest about where that is instead of trying to figure it all out and control it so much. It's like it's definitely like a spinning of the wheel. Who knows where it's going to go? And then the star card. It's so funny. I just shuffled this deck, but yeah. You know, if you're in a relationship, it feels like it needs a whole fresh new start. It needs like a clearing out. It needs like a whole new energy force. And if it's not going to come in that way and be shiny, I got a good feeling though. Capricorns might be able to fucking really salvage a really weird situation here this week in their partnerships. But I gotta know. I gotta know why. Queen of Pentacles reverse. It's dealing with self-worth issues, physical issues, attraction issues, and money. So if you can let all that go, you'll be good. But if those issues are still coming up, then nope. Your astro dice are 5th house, Uranus in Sag. I mean, this is you having to try random new things and be more positive and just show the positive hope and be the one that shows a new way and be willing to connect from a positive and loving space, and you'll go much farther than a disconnecting, negative, specific space that gets too intense. I'd say that this could be intense, much more exciting and dramatic in a positive way, but you have to be also open, not having any ties to things, and being willing to go on the radical journey, Capricorn.
Yeah, it's those random moments in life. You know, I was just talking about it a few signs ago, but the randomness in life can be the most beautiful moments. You know, it's that unexpectedness. It's that unforced beauty in life. It's that unforced happiness. It can just come out at any moment, you know, but again, we have to be ready. We have to be able to accept it. We have to be welcoming to that happiness if that's what we want. You know, some people, I guess, they just don't want to be happy and they thrive in wallowing in their own self-pity, you know, but I don't think that those individuals out here, I don't think that that's what you're looking for. So are you going to actually be ready? Are you going to actually step back from the forcing of life, of forcing certain situations into existence? Because there's a difference between speaking it and putting that energy behind it and trying to force a situation, you know, that stranglehold of life that we kind of take from time to time. It's not going to be beneficial in the long run because other individuals that are taking this ride with us aren't going to be forcing that same power, you know? So it can be that counteracting. That's just going to be, it's like the two magnets that you stick together and you can't as hard as you want. And you're trying to force it together and it's not going to work out in life. So just go with it. Go with that energy that's between the magnets. Flip it and see what sticks.
Flip it good. Last two signs, Pisces or Cancer, two water signs. Cancers.
Crab people. Le crab de people.
Oh no, I was seen. All right, Cancers.
Krabby Patties.
Cancers. Welcome to Deep Love Tarot.
Welcome to the Thunder.
If you do not watch this show, we will enter restrictions on you. Did you watch the speech on Thursday night? If you do not follow, you have no liberty. And on Independence Day, the day that we celebrate our independence, you will not be allowed to have independence.
Nope.
That is not allowed.
Not up in here.
Not allowed.
This ain't America. What'd you think it was?
You know, we had a fan today on my Instagram report, like they don't even let free speech up in the UK right now. And I went, I love you all, but y'all don't live in a fucking republic. Y'all live in a parliamentary monarch. This is why we rebelled against the British. Mm-hmm. So we wouldn't live in that tyranny world. And, you know, there's a guy on YouTube that all he does is talk about CV, and he's British, and he goes, these Americans, and I can't believe they live in a country that lets them do what they want to do. I'm like, oh, my God. It blows my mind. Mm-hmm. I'm like, what a concept that is.
Freedom. Wow.
And then, you know, it gets too connected to Q or Trump and all that shit. It's like, no. We're talking about 244 fucking years of fucking indoctrinated people that were in America about being free. So Not all people, until we got rid of the slavery thing, which was horrible. When I was doing a lot of Benjamin Franklin stuff, he even said at the Constitutional Convention, when they made the Constitution, that he did not believe in slavery and he hated it. Not about it. Good old Benny. All right, what's going on, Cancer? You got the Queen of Cups in reversed. You got the Knight of Swords in reversed as your challenge. You got the Ten of Swords in reversed. And you got the Ten of Wands in reversed. So you got all reversals here.
Lucky you.
Well, I mean, it's not all bad. I think that this is maybe a week to finally flip the script. Especially, it's like Queen of Cups. I mean, you're a Cancer. You want feelings and emotions, but for some reason, gosh, either A, you're not putting that nurturing energy out, or you're feeling like it's not being received. But that's definitely where you're going to need to focus on, is that nurturing energy. It's like maybe you're afraid to nurture. You feel stupid to nurture again. You're afraid to open up your emotional self, especially when you get the Knight of Swords in reverse as a challenge. It's like, you know that things need to change quick, but you're like too hesitant. This is a hesitation. Knight of Swords reversed is hesitant because Knight of Swords goes in to save the day, and it's really fast. And here you are with a challenge of like, you're too afraid to open up fast again or change things emotionally fast. And then you got the Ten of Swords as your overall reverse. You can finally get out of this pattern that you don't want to be in, but can you finally just drop the weight of you feeling like, you know, you need fast change, but like that's going to drop the weight. So like let it happen, but you're too afraid to open up emotionally to what you really want. Like I feel like you're kind of closed off emotionally, and you're too afraid to either have something change because you're too afraid to go, whatever that emotion is, whether it's leaving a relationship or letting a relationship come in. Like there's definitely a lot of confusion here on the emotional front, and definitely a lot of like, you can get out of this pattern, you can get out of this life, but you have to make the change quick, but you're hesitant to that. But like you're holding a bunch of weight of the hesitation. Interessante. All right. Ooh. What is going on, Cancer? Why did you pull this Queen of Cups reversed? Especially being a Cancer that you are. Three of Swords reversed. You're terrified of heartbreak. Fuck. But I'm here to tell you that you're the one causing heartbreak by not going into the emotional realm of the truth. Or you're too afraid to let your emotions out that you're not into somebody anymore. Or you're too afraid to take something on even though you really want it because you're afraid of it going into heartbreak. So you have hesitation in either direction. You pulled the Four of Swords with that Ten of Swords. When you finally get out of this pattern of like cutting the emotion off and being afraid of heartbreak in any situation that it is, you finally find the place to rest, and it's going to be the ultimate. So like, do you want to have peace in your life, or do you want to have what you think is non-peaceful by making quick change, but it's going to bring you the peace? You're obviously not at peace. You're obviously in a pattern and a loop that you really are not into, but I think that you're projecting it off like it's all good, but it's too much weight to hold on. People are like, can I carry that bag for you? No, I got it. It's like, oh, I'm popping a hernia. Oh, you pulled the Libra card, which is the relationship card. So it's definitely you're emotionally not willing to nurture a certain relationship. You're too afraid to tell them the truth that you're not into it, or you're too afraid to take on the relationship. You're afraid it's going to go bad. You got protection. You got protection to make the fast changes. You got protection to drop the weight of you being hesitant about making quick changes into your life. And there is this kind of, this will save the day, but you almost are like too afraid to save the day, and you got protection to save the day. That never happens. Usually if you got to save the day, like the armor is weak and there's a lot of enemies out there. But right now, this is a moment where you could save the day and change things, and you're protected through it. So don't waste this one this week. You did pull the obsession, but what are you obsessed about here? We're going to get a clarity card on that obsession. The Moon. You're obsessed emotionally on staying safe, staying safe, even though you're not in safety. You're in false safety because you want more and you want to get out of this pattern where you want more. Queen of Cups reverse, like you feel like you want nurturing again, or you want to nurture too at the same time. But like you're too obsessed with this safety that's not nurturing, because the obsession is holding on to safety instead of living safety. It's one thing to be obsessed with something because you don't have it fully. So there's this emotional energy that you don't have, that you're obsessed with having, yet you're too afraid to even embody it truly by telling somebody I'm done with it, or finally letting somebody in, or like letting a situation finally go to the next level, or whatever. Like you're too afraid of it, and that's what you have to get over this week. Ganesh is telling you, you gotta have the courage. Look at that. Wow. You gotta have the courage to do what you gotta do here, Cancer. You got the protection to do it. You got the ultimate relationship. You might even have the good thing of the positive of the shadow, of the obsession, of the emotions that you want. You got the safe place, but you know what? Are you going to avoid heartbreak by being heartbroken by not having the nurturing emotional energy that you want? Or are you going to avoid heartbreak by staying in an emotional place that you don't want to be? And you have to have the courage to go save the day and get out of that hesitation for it. And you have to realize that it's time to drop this weight, that you don't need to, you're carrying on too much weight. You might even be like somebody, you might even have a partner that could solve a lot of problems for you and issues in your life, and you're just like avoiding all that and trying to do it too much on your own. If you're a single Cancer out there, pull the 8 of Cups. I mean, this is where I think that you've walked away emotionally, but like, so what are you going to take on? I mean, I think that energetically, emotionally, you've walked away, but where are you walking to is going to be the question. Especially with this weird energy that's come up over here. I'll give you a clarifying card here. Now, you need you've walked away from this Page of Wands, so you're not showing, you're too afraid you walked away from showing love or bringing a positive message or initiation, or you have an offer and you're walking away from an offer. And if you're in a relationship, 5 of Cups, there's definitely some sorrow that's going through. There's some pain here, and you're going to have to face that pain. It's not all gone, but you're going to have to reassess after you go through the pain and see if there's enough that could be refilled here in the relationship. Libra, Uranus in the 5th. So, I mean, it's time to connect to the love, happiness of your life and try a new way to connect relationship-wise with happiness and lead with love to connect to the higher realms of relationships, or disconnect from love and relationship and end up with maybe it's just the piece of your own happiness. And that might not be bad, but Libra deals with connection to people. If it was the piece of your own happiness, it would just be Uranus in the 5th, but that would be in Leo, and you got it in Libra. So
yeah, it's not going to be that true fulfillment.
Correct.
That they're searching for, because fear can be the greatest limiting emotion that we face in this life. The fear of love, the fear of rejection, the fear of growth, and also the fear of being stagnant, but it's that same fear. It doesn't matter what it is. You have to be able to break through it. You have to be able to say, not today. Not today, Satan, so to speak. I saw that shirt as I was riding down the beach this weekend, and I like that quote, because not today, Satan, not today, fear, not today, or we're not going to allow ourselves to be limited. We have to be able to tap into that strength and just shine through it. As scary as it can be, you have the power, you have all the tools that you need to succeed in this life, but you just have to apply them. You can't be afraid of the rejection, and even rejecting yourself and rejecting the emotions that are going to come up from it. They're going to boil over. Just live in that. That's you. That's life, and that's love. And you have to appreciate that. All the emotions that you feel, all the turmoil, all the love, and all the happiness. It's all the same emotion spinning around in that same spot, okay? That's you. You are your own universe, and you are your own world.
You are your own world.
Yes,
a new fantastic life for you. Pisces is the next and the last of the show. And jump on a elephant that's really a monkey. Better not be a bat from Wuhan.
Or
Because
whatever
if
that
you
other
watch
creature,
South Park, it's not about...
whatever that other creature was.
I don't even remember the name of that creature, but like the whole story about the Wuhan bat is not because of what's created TV. Like, put it this way, they've already proven that like they don't know where it came from, right? The whole story of the Wuhan bat is that it's used for pleasure by people in China.
I just created my own hangnail on my pinky.
Right when I said that,
right in this
did
moment.
you go to China?
No,
You
I
playing with
almost
a
got
bat?
Chinese food last night though, but I decided on Italian. I had some sausage Alfredo.
No, I was saying like you've been playing with the bat, bro. Fucking
Nope,
okay, making sure.
just myself.
With Mickey?
Nope, just myself. Just my lonesome.
Remember when we were Wuhan, Mickey, and the bat?
Man,
It was you.
I ripped the shit.
You're the one
out
who
of my
started
nail.
all this.
I've got a deformed pinky nail now. It's about half the size as it was.
You know what's funny is I've had on my big toe on my right foot, that toenail from like going on the ATV and working and building and shit. It fucking half of it was like really deep, but beyond where normal. It was already big enough, and it was like I'd like rip half my nail off.
Yeah. Ouch.
I was like, I need to like. It's quarantine life, you know. Quarantine life for me. Cutting my nails every day is not what I'm doing. Bachelor's life for me in quarantine. Be a good remake. All right, let's see what's going on. For the Pisces, happy birthday, Pisces. I pulled 2 cards. I can't make that up at the beginning. You got 3 of Swords here with the moon reversed. Whoa, I was expecting like some cool thing. Yeah. Okay. 4 of Pentacles reversed. Letting go of that knob that you like to slob on. 9 of Cups. There's some positive here. You get through this by the King of Wands. All right, this is very clear. I hate to say this, Pisces. You got one. There is a situation that you need to let go of completely. King of Wands reversed. You feel stupid about it. You got a 4 of Pentacles here. You're holding on too tight. You got to let it go. It's a challenge. You got awesome new opportunities in the future, but you got this moon reverse, subconscious setbacks about a heartbreaking situation that you're trying to hold on to. And this King of Wands, it's like, don't keep fueling this fire. Don't keep sucking this thing. And you like show it to people like, don't keep doing this. You know it. You know it's got a lot of dark shit. The moon reversed with the 3 of Swords. Not good. It's like there's too many emotions that are being repressed, and it's like falsity. It's like false love that's truly heartbreaking. And if you face it, finally you'll get opportunities in your life. And you need to stop using this King of Wands to try and drive this thing forward, especially with the 4 of Pentacles. You might even be trying to drive it forward sexually. You might even be trying to drive it forward with like that it's this end all be all. It's all that you could have. No, it is not all you can have. Definitely not. There's definitely brighter waters. And if you're single and you don't have anybody out there, you're oppressing yourself and you're not going for anything in your life, and you need to start going for something. Like you're at the end of the road here. All right, Pisces. We're going to find out why this moon and 3 of Swords pop up for you. You got the 8 of Swords, toxic energy. I mean, I can't get much more clear than that shit. Like, this is the card of being stuck in a blindfolded place that you're choosing yourself to continue to go through a subconscious where you're repressing your emotions and you're sitting in a situation that's heartbreaking. It's like being with somebody that you already know it's not going to work out, but you still are going to do it anyway. And it's bad and it's dark and it's bringing you into toxic places, drug situations, bad criminal situations. That's been coming up a lot lately. 9 of Cups. Nine of Wands. It's time for you to take new opportunities and leap to what you really want to. Get in that spaceship of love and fucking to the fireplace and go to where you really want to go. Like, stop fucking wasting your time with all this bullshit. This is some really dark bullshit. I hate to say it. It is bad. It is bad. This King of Wands here in reverse. Like, stop putting that energy into this shit. Put that energy into where the Knight is saying, like leaping into the new and more positive and joyful opportunities that have real joy. This person that you're with does not have joy, or this person that you're stuck on doesn't have joy. You pulled two cards that flew out. I'll just throw them out. Six of Cups. King of Cups. I think that you can have a much more emotional, better place to build good memories and not memories that you want to drink them away. Your overall oracle card here is the Aquarius card. It's time for you to disconnect. Time for you to know what the fuck's going on and raise your vibration here, because your vibration's getting lower and lower and lower from this energy. It's time to disconnect, not connect. This is definitely a disconnect card here. Water. You have to follow your intuition, and you also have to, I think, purify the emotional energies out of putting so much energy into something that's a failure, that's dark, and that you need to disconnect from. You need to purify that. You need to go with your intuition and emotion instead of going with your heart and your, there's a little bit of like obsessive, like, I can't let go of this. I can't lose my precious. It's not precious. It's not precious. It turns you into a crazy person, actually. There's probably a lot of fights and craziness there. And the shadow about all this that's going on right now. Look at this. You're out of tune. So this is definitely like, get out of this, because you're way out of tune. You're getting stabbed in the back too, and you're not getting the love that you want. And when you're in tune, you can jump into these new exciting opportunities, ones filled with joy and happiness of where you really want to go. I'll pull you one card that actually goes with understanding this attunement. The Devil reverse. You're pulling out. You're getting in tune so you can get out of a demonic, bad, dark person. Wow. And this person's like in your life within the last week, 2 weeks. Like, they've been in your world. You've been dealing with them. Ganesha.
Oh, Ganesha.
Spiritual quest. It's time to take the spiritual quest. Look at, she's moving on. She's moving into the spiritual quest and finding the love from the spiritual quest, the positive, the joyful one. She's leaving. She looks like she's been through some shit, but it's not holding on to her anymore. She's moving out of it, and she's looking for the real deal. I'll pull the clarifying card for that too. It's your birthday. Emperor reversed. She's moving away from the weak fuck who thought he was strong, or the person that was like trying to control you in a way, because the Emperor reversed is somebody who acts like they're in power, but they're not, and they're trying to control you. If you're a single Pisces out there, 8 of Cups. You keep walking away, but you are not fully walking away from some past, probably an ex or somebody that you've been dating that it can't end, but it's bad, it's not going well, and it's toxic, and you need to walk away, but you're having troubles walking away, and you know you need to, but you keep circling back to see what the fuck's there, and it's not good. I think that I'm going to put you one clarifying on that, because you think it's good. Is it? Oh, 2 of Swords reversed. Nope, it's not. It's like, you already know what's going to happen. You keep going back with knowing what's going to happen, instead of being like, well, I don't know what's going to happen. No, you know exactly what's going to happen, and you keep going back. If you're in a relationship, pull the 8 of Pentacles. You're in a place where the relationship has no mastery to it. It has no foundational element that's going well right now, and that needs to be fixed. How can you fix that? 2 of Pentacles. Gosh, 2 different worlds trying to intermingle, and it's a lot of fucking bouncing around all over the place. I feel like it's like 2 different worlds. Your astro dice are Aries, Pluto in the 3rd. Well, it's implosion of what you want in your mind and what you think is... This is like being a stimulant addict about an identity of something that needs to change, and look at the truth and get to the bottom of the truth of what really you really want, and blow up and transform to a factual, more stimulating place that actually is a pure stimulating place that encourages courage. So you have to have the courage to speak and be true and change your environment to what you really need in your life that's positive for you and that's moving you forward instead of backwards.
Correct. The transformation and the evolution, and we can't ignore it. We can't ignore our own growth, our own spiritual quest, our love quest also. They go hand in hand, that spiritual journey and that love journey, but if we're ever capable of find it, that's a whole nother story, but the quest is what we're on, the searching for and the looking for, the being able to acknowledge that love when it actually shows up in our life, being able to say, okay, I can feel it. I can feel it burning up through my loins, up through my feet and into my heart, all the way from Mother Gaia. When you take those shoes off and you go ground yourself, you walk through that grass, maybe a little wet, it's going through your toes, your feet get a little bit itchy, you don't know what's actually going on in life, but you're there, you're being present in the moment, you're being present for love, you're being present for the energetic field that's surrounding you, and that's what it's all about. That quest, that journey, not shying away from it. And I think that's all of us as well.
Yeah.
I think that's all of us. I think it's all time that we take our shoes off and go walking through that grassy field and actually feel the earth underneath us. It's been too long. It's been too long.
Yeah, and sometimes in life, we could be trying too hard to cook the meal that we want, and it's just too much. Sometimes you just need to call DoorDash and have it delivered, like I'm doing right now before things close. And that's life.
That is life. The adapting to the ability to change.
100.
Adapting to the ability to be happy, too. Sometimes it can be tough to be happy. Sometimes we're not seeing it all around us and it doesn't look exactly how we want to be it. But, we need to dig deep and we need to find it within inside of ourselves, because if we're not happy alone, there ain't nothing that anybody's going to be able to do that's going to make us happy. So we got to fix it from the inside out. Turn that frown upside down and be you. Be authentic and be happy. Those can be tough goals to have, that happiness, but it's inside of us if we just look, if we actually tap into those moments that bring us joy instead of sitting in pain, instead of sitting in doubt. Sit in that love. It's all passed around the internet. We see it all the time. Of just kind of these tools or the tricks of the trade, or these individuals putting out this facade of happiness when they might not be whole on the inside, but they're projecting it and they're trying to will themselves to happiness, and you got to give them credit for that. And maybe that's what you need. Maybe you almost got to fake it till you make it. Just keep portraying that happiness, keep portraying that love until it actually shows up in your life, and it will. You got to find it within, though.
Boom. Well, we appreciate you all for being here. I hope that you can spread this message. Definitely check us out on highvibe.tv. Hope that your love lives go well this week. We are definitely moving into a lot of new energy, but don't forget, there is the deception of Mercury and where it was during the creepiness of last year. And we all need to be vigilant and be aware and keep the communication lines open and question everything right now. That's what the North Node in Mars is saying, and not fall into I just believe it's all looking better and follow the press and the stories, because if you tap into all that, there's something odd about all of it. And especially with love, we got to determine who's really on our team and who's seeing the new world. And that's the whole weird paradox, right? Because there's like that whole idea of how there's one world that's saying it's the new world, and there's another world saying it's the new world, and it's kind of hard, and we're all trying to unify. And you'll notice that the one world that's trying to unify is willing for you to be okay with the freedom to be who you are, and there's another that's not. Ask yourself what true unification is. I love you all very much, and we'll see you on the next Deep Love Tarot.
See ya.